Arsa.
Dark boy.
I know how to make $1 and a draw. Another check, I like that bitch in large amounts. She in my line, she asked me why I thug her out. Can't chase no ass, I chase the cash, that's what I'm about. I like big bang rolls, I swear my shit don't fold. Made a few thousand in my sleep, woke up and got some more. No, I can't do that shit for free, I need it out the door. It ain't no cap up in my rap, I sent that pack on roll. I want my money, want it now, I need the check. I put my team on all my niggas next. I'm up early for the bag, don't need no rest. Got my pockets full, I'm on my with the flex. Got broke, my hustle got wicked. Need me now, that's how I take it. You say I'm broke, you trippin'. Let me dance on me like Shiggy. Was you and Drew, you wiggin'. Pockets on Tyrone, real biggins. No cap, that pack stay flippin'. Bitch, I been that nigga like Simmons.
Starting off the pod with a vibe. Recently, we have not been doing the classic intro because I've just been trying to switch it up. Starting off with a song by an artist that we do an intro song by an artist that you guys may not know or one that might not have a lot of recognition. Then we do the world premiere in the middle, and then we do a new one at the end. I'm giving all shout out to new artists. I'm trying to show love. So if you want your song played on the Bros Who Think podcast, submit your song today to BrosWhoThink at outlook.com. Bros Who Think is all capitalizations. But that new song was courtesy of the boy himself back to the pod this week. My guy, Mr. Doom. Doom, how you doing? That song was fire. Tell the people a little bit when they going to be able to get that because that was an exclusive to the pod.
Hopefully we dropping it this week. I meant to drop it this past week, but you know I was down there in Louisiana. I didn't have my computer with me, but we got to get that out ASAP because Delta killed that.
You and Delta did y'all's thing. That shit was super hard, super hard. Also, Delta has the world premiere this week with it's a Grease freestyle. It's if you heard the Drake leak song, he took the beat of that and killed it. We're gonna talk more about that Drake song in a little bit, but. Yeah, Doom, how you enjoyed your time back? How you enjoyed your time back in Louisiana, brother?
Man, it was good, man. I will say this. Y'all niggas don't give two shits about Corona.
Don't say y'all niggas. That's them Louisiana niggas, bro. They just wildin', bro. They don't care. They go to the bars. They do all kind of shit. It's nuts.
Yeah, man. But I'm not gonna cap. I was risking it all for some billies, bro. I went in there. That line was mad long, but I had to get my billy. I think I might have ate billies every day except for one when I was down there.
Real? That's your favorite
Real
shit from here?
Man, that shit is pressure, bro.
No, look, I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. So you got to see your family and everything?
Yup. Better chill with my daughter, see my mom and my sister.
Hell yeah. How was it seeing your little girl?
It was good, man. I don't get to see you as much as I like to in person, but you know.
Nah, but I get it. But you got to see what was good, and that's good. You got to see her, and you know, spend the 4th of July with her, pop some fireworks. Because I must say, Lafayette was going nuts with the fireworks.
Yeah, for real. I was over there by Fade crib. Me, him, and Krista was kicking it, and bro, I thought niggas was letting off explosions. They had to have the illegal shits because that shit sounded crazy.
Bro, literally. I told my girl and I told her I wasn't gonna say this on the pod, but it don't matter because like I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna just expose myself. Bro, I was in the store. This was like 2 days before 4th of July, and you know niggas in Lafayette start popping fireworks 2 days before. So I'm in the store, mask on, getting my stuff, getting ready to go home and cook. Bro, I swear it was like a boom boom. I literally jumped Doom to the left and I literally checked my sides. I was seeing if I got bust because bro, I swear. It sounded like a fucking gun. I was just scared out of my mind that day. That shit was nuts. But yeah, man, 4th of July, I ain't celebrate that shit. All I did was cook a little, grill a little bit, but I wasn't celebrating, you know, because you know how our people not free.
That's a fact.
That's the truth. But speaking of, we're going to talk politics real quick, and then we're going to get into other pop culture news. Bro, how do you feel about Kanye West?
I'm
announcing he running for president.
I'm a little bit torn in two different ways, because I hear the whole conspiracy thing that basically Trump's getting them to run to pull black votes away from Biden so he can have a clearer victory, which would kind of be logical to me. Like I could see how people think that, but the non-conspiracy side of me, I feel like Kanye always been one of those niggas since the beginning of time where people have told him like, yo, you can't do that shit. Or they cap him at a certain limit. And then he's tried it and he's actually done it and been successful at it. And
do you honestly think he could be successful at this?
No, I don't think that he could be a good president. I don't think that, but I do admire the fact that he says this is something I want to try and I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? I admire that part of it. I don't think he'd win the election. Like I'm not.
Yeah. My thing is even like it's, and I know you said conspiracy theory, but even if it's not that, you know what I mean? Like let's say it's just him running. No matter what, it's taking away votes and giving more votes to Trump because people aren't voting for Biden. That's just the way it is because we set up in a two-party system. It's just it sucks, but that's how it is. And I see a lot of people on the internet discussing, well, why don't we get out of the two-party system? Why don't we try to just vote green, do this and that? I understand on paper that sounds good, and I don't like the two-party system either. But for every young person that's going to go and vote for Joe Johannesson, Kanye West, or whatever third-party candidate independent you're going to vote for, you do realize you're contributing to Trump winning. That's all that is, because Trump's base going out and vote. It's all of us, the young people, the black people, and the independents that are like, if we band together and vote for Biden, we will get him out. But that's the thing. Our choice is only Biden, and I hate Biden, but like, it's the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, it would be an improvement for Trump, but it's still.
It still sucks.
It's still really fucking bad, bro. And it's crazy because like, I haven't seen anybody, not one person, like come up with any type of super Biden support. It's more of we just hate Trump so much that Biden is our guy.
And that's what it is. That's how it is with me. And look, my whole thing with the Kanye thing, I tweeted about this, and I know people were like, if y'all think Kanye running just to take votes away from Biden, you crazy. But even if that's not his intention, that's what's going to happen, as well as I don't think, and I don't think he's even going to run because he's too late to register in certain states as an independent, so he won't get the full votes, and it doesn't make any sense to do that if you're going to do that now. You got to do that the next time. But even then, like you said, he wouldn't make a good president, but like you, I do admire the idea of doing what you set your mind to, but still, now is not the time, and this feels like a rollout for our album because we do know he has the Dr. Dre and Him project coming, and if this is just a rollout, bro, you can't toy with our people, with the struggle we going through right now, and with this being a rich nigga like, yeah, I want to try this because maybe you and Trump are cool and that don't affect you, but that affects a lot of people in the world.
And
especially since he just pulled us out of the, not to cut you off, but especially since he just pulled us out of the World Health Organization and during a fucking pandemic like an idiot.
Yeah. I don't even think that he'll actually run. Because like you said, he's already missed the deadline for a few states. One of those states being his home state, Illinois, which would really fuck him up. You know what I mean? I think, honestly, is what you just said is just a rollout. He always has some shit. And right after he announced that, he dropped the Ty Dolla single the next day.
And that's bullshit. Like, you can't do that. Like, you can't toy with our people like that. First you did the MAGA hat. You did all that shit last year. You said slavery wasn't a choice. Like, you said it was a choice and all this nonsense. And now you're doing this for a rollout? Yeah.
See, if he don't actually run, I don't mind it though. Because he's been saying that. It's not his first time saying that.
If he don't run, that's the thing. He can't run. But if he does...
Run, if his name is actually on the ballot, then he really... But I don't see Kanye as that kind of dude. I think he's more of, I say shit for shock value, but he's not going to actually be out there hurting people. Because I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I still believe that Kanye is one of those niggas for the people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's one of those rich niggas that just forgot where he came from. Like, I don't think he would hurt, because that would really hurt the black community. Because I know he would draw a lot of black votes.
And that's something that I think is a problem, not only with our people, but our generation, because it's a problem with black people, but it's a problem with young people too. We got to stop looking to these celebrities as the people that are going to lead us through change. Like, that's not their job. They're people in media voices that like what we do, that are people that articulate things and articulate and show you people that are supposed to be those people. There are black people right now going to college, getting law degrees, getting political science degrees, that are learning, that are trying to help. And those are the people we should be behind. There are people who get PhDs in this shit already that are older. Those are the people we should get behind. It's not the Kanye West or the 50 Cents or the Lil Wayne. Like, what do those dudes have to be our lead? Like, T.I., bro, there's no reason why T.I. should be a leader for black people.
Right. Especially T.I.
But now what they need to do is use their power to put the people that we already talked about in position to where, okay, now we learn about these people, and it's like, okay, I'm using my celebrity to show that I fuck with these people. Maybe we should give these people a chance. That's what they should do.
Right. That's exactly it. I think they should use their celebrity to push relevant information to people. Because and not just black people, like just
all
Americans
people, yeah,
as a whole,
in general.
Like, I don't feel like we really care about shit that matters a lot. Like,
especially our generation. That's what that, like, I'm not gonna say old people, because I know my mama, your mama, Crystal mama, everybody mama and their grandparents know what the fuck is going on. It's us.
Right. And what's crazy though, bro, is like, I don't even think it's just our generation. Like, I think it's just American culture for us to always feel like the system we have set up is indestructible. Like, you might have somebody that you don't like in office, but it'll never get too bad. Like, they don't realize that, like, there's other countries, and like, I'm not talking about third world fucked up countries. I'm talking about, like, global powerhouses that they're living fucked up because of their political choices. You know what I mean?
No,
and their
facts.
political systems. And that shit could happen here. Like, I don't think people realize how fragile the system actually is.
But this goes back to that conversation.
So great.
This goes back to that conversation that me and you had before you went on your vacation about how empires fall. The system is built for us to think that the American empire would never fall. But if we keep going about this craziness, like, look at it right now. We're almost in a depression, almost all-time high in unemployment. We got a pandemic. Now the shit about the rent shit is about to get out the door. So we about to see a lot of people homeless. We're at a very fragile state in this country.
Yeah. And I mean, I think we really at the beginning of seeing shit get really bad.
And that's why I'm saying
really bad, bro.
People like Kanye running for president doesn't help, as well as Trump getting us out of the World Health Organization. That doesn't help. Also, gotta say on this pod, rest in peace to Breonna Taylor. Rest in peace to Elijah McClain. Get justice for those two individuals. I don't know if you saw over the weekend, they had a picture of the police reenacting the Elijah McClain killing right after they did it, just joking around. And then the lady police chief saw that and they fired the people. Nah, not only firing, they need to be under the fucking jailhouse, because that's them clowning about the fucking killing. That's bullshit. And that goes back to why we need to get rid of qualified immunity, because if qualified immunity wasn't in, those police officers would be under the jailhouse right fucking now. And Breonna Taylor, the FBI just need to investigate that shit, because that's some deep conspiracy shit going on over there.
Yeah, I really don't understand what's taking so long. I have no idea what's taking so long, bro. Like, I can't even wrap my mind around all
fucking disgusting
shit that has to be going on for it to go this far and still
only one dude fired. Not everybody, just one. It's bullshit, bro.
But fired is not enough. It's not even nearly. Bro.
Like, I agree with you, but my thing is, I agree with you 1,000%, and they need to be going to jail. But the fact that only one of them is fired right now and the other one's making money, that's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. Justice for Breonna Taylor, justice for Elijah McClain, justice for George Floyd, because those people haven't gone to trial yet. And I'm so serious. I'm just letting people know, if these things go to trial and they don't come back guilty, it's going to be some fucked up shit happening. And there's nothing y'all can say that can make me believe that. Like, rioting and looting, I was upset with before. But if these things don't come back, it's like we tried to use the justice system. What else can we do?
Yeah.
At that point, I can't argue it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shit is crazy, man. I hope shit change soon because I really see like just society, American society going to a weird spot, bro.
At least for a couple of years, man. And we got to fix this.
Yeah, bro. Like this unemployment about to be done with. Like you said, the shit that was protecting people from their rent, that's about to be done with. But jobs ain't opening up. Shit is not changing as far as the economy.
And Congress needs to get out of that vacation because apparently they looking to re-up everything. And like, I think it might actually happen. They talking about a second stimulus check, talking about a second rent, break and whatnot. And they're on vacation right now. And they're trying to, if they do it in August before they go on their second vacation, then I think we'll be okay. But if they can't go on 2 vacations before they handle some of this business. Republicans and Democrats got to put that shit aside and come together for the American people. But being that you're in the military, me and Brooklyn talked about this last week, or formerly of the military. I want to ask you, because I said that I revere our military very wholeheartedly. I have one of my best friends from kindergarten, like my brother. He's in the military now. 2 of my good friends just went in the military. Yourself was in the military. How do you feel about the report that came out that Trump didn't say anything, didn't condemn, hasn't talked about the fact that Stalin was putting bounties on American soldiers for when they went to Afghanistan and having those people kill him, and he was paying them off, and our president hasn't said anything. The FBI and the CIA tried to tell him about it. He just ignored it.
Bro, honestly, like I wish I had some kind of grand answer, but it's like I'm really not surprised. Like that's part of the reason why I separated is because you immediately can feel like if you're one of those people, like I was, just regular enlisted person in the military, like you know that you're not really valued. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, bro, like, and I'm saying I've witnessed this. Somebody I know deployed, didn't make it home. There was no,
big
real
service,
fucks given. They just stuck somebody in his chair the next day and shit went on. You know what I mean? And once I realized that, like, yo, you could really,
you're just a number.
Like, you can really die, bro. And not saying that what people in the military do isn't noble, because like I really respect the fuck out of anybody who can do 20 years in the military.
Yeah, you're putting your life on the line for your country and your countrymen. That's real service.
Yeah, it is. And for me though, like, and I guess it's kind of a negative on me in this situation, but it's like I thought and saw too much. You know what I mean? Like I just pay attention to certain shit and I'm like, I don't like that. You know what I mean? Like, and I definitely think a lot of people in the military, they have good intentions with what they're doing. But as far as like how that relates to like how Trump and the government feels about service members, they can give 2 fucks. We've seen it with what happened with old girl at what was it, Fort Polk? What was it?
Oh, that shit is so sad, man. And they still don't even know what's going on with that.
Bro, that shit.
And I don't think we ever gonna find the public not gonna find out about that justice, because what people don't realize, the military handles their own. Like there's a military prison, they have their own lawyers and whatnot. If it happens, it's gonna be a leak, but we're not gonna find out nothing about that.
And bro, it's fucking crazy because it was more than obvious that the base tried to
cover that shit up
for the longest because of they didn't want the bad PR. Like they want everybody to think that the military is just this, like, oh, you join it, this is the most noble thing you can do.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. You saw the inside. That's why I can't judge you for what you said, and no one listening to this pod can judge you because you were there. You saw what it was really like.
Yeah.
And you were that just a average everyday soldier.
Yep. And it's just so hard because a lot of people that I feel like, and I don't want to
offend
like
anybody,
say anything fucked up because I don't want to be misinterpreted, but it's like a lot of people, they join with like nothing but positive reasons. You know what I mean? Like everything in their mind is like, yo, I'm doing this for the
they're doing it for the great. You know they're joining with a sense of purpose, a sense of honor about it, and they feel and they go in with preconceived notions.
Right. And for me at least, the longer I was in, the more I realized that
It wasn't what you
really
thought.
about that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it really wasn't about that.
And nobody can blame you for that.
Yeah, it's a lot of little political bullshit, but it's like you see certain things, and it's just, I guess I'll just leave it at that. It's not what they paint it to be.
100%.
I mean,
and that's why I just wanted to ask you how you felt about that, because that really upset me, knowing how people like yourself put your lives on the line, and our own president could give two shits and let other nations put bounties on y'all. That's fucking bullshit to me. If you're upset about Kaepernick not kneeling for not standing for the flag and the Star Spangled Banner or the national anthem, then you need to be livid and ready to storm the White House that Trump hasn't talked about this. I'm gonna say this every week because conservatives out there who listen to this pods, you're being a hypocrite. You are. If you're upset about Kaepernick still, and you're talking about kneeling, and you're talking about looters and rioters, and how this is unpatriotic, un-American, all this shit, blue lives matter, all lives matter. Well, if all lives matter, what about those troops? Like, why aren't we talking about that? Why aren't y'all upset about Trump about that? I understand y'all look at Trump with rose-colored glasses, but it's time to be honest with yourselves.
right.
And that's just how I feel about that. Let's get to some pop culture shit just to take the edge off. Real quick, we'll start off with the biggest, like, I guess, letdown news is Dave Portnoy we found out that he said the N-word in some of his episodes, some of his content. And he was like, I'm uncancelable, blah, blah, blah. He didn't really apologize for it. He was just kind of saying how it was a bit. But to me, I respect what Dave Portnoy built, but that's where it crosses the line. Like, if you can't acknowledge where you said something wrong, anytime I say something wrong on this podcast or say something that offends anybody, even though I don't, I'll come in and apologize because I admit when I'm wrong. And the fact is, if you can't admit when you're wrong, that just shows that you're really not about growth. You're really not about anything. It's just about this making money, and you really don't care about black people.
Yeah. I guess I'm going to have a wild take on this one, but I feel like after listening to the clip in the context of how he was going about it, I can see where he was going with it. Like, it was definitely from a place of, like, joking. Like, I don't think he was, like, you know, calling people niggers and all this shit. But I will say,
that don't give him the right to say it.
Yeah, especially in this climate that we in. You know what I mean? I don't know when that
it was a couple years ago, but still, bro. Like,
it was a couple years ago. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that actually helped his case a little bit in my book. But I will say you have to be prepared for the reaction when you do shit like that, because he knew that shit wasn't gonna just fly.
And every black person reacts to it differently. That's what I tell white people. It's like, I may react differently than someone else, but you got to be able to deal with how I react as well as how that man that might punch your fucking teeth out gonna react.
Yeah. And that's great, because I know I get a lot of, like, shit because I had a friend, a non-black friend, that would say nigga around me all the time. But I grew up with this person since we was young as fuck. Like, this nigga came through the same struggle that I did, had, you know, grew up in the same area as me. Like,
and you people didn't fuck with that.
Yeah. Like,
I know.
Didn't come from a place of hate towards me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I also let him know, like, bro,
not everybody like me.
And a nigga knock your lights out, like, I'm not taking up for you. You gotta understand why people feel a certain way about that. You know what I mean?
I always said that to my and look, I never had it. None of my close friends said it, but I've had people around me say it, of course. And sometimes I react, sometimes I don't. It's just, you know, it's like what you said. If I can tell you mean it with hate, then we got a problem. But like you said, I'm not standing up for you. If the next black man next to me want to beat your ass, he gonna whoop your fucking ass, and I'm not doing shit. That don't have nothing to do with me. Your ass shouldn't have said that because you know what it is.
That's a fact. I think that's where he was coming from, and he was a little ignorant. Like, I think he one of those white people that probably never really been around black people, like real black people.
Yep.
And because what he was doing, he was playing music and, like, repeating the lyrics because he thought the way they said nigga was funny. You know what I mean? So I get the the comedic angle that he was taking. But it's like, come on, man, you can't be completely insensitive to
Exactly. And it just, I wonder how Gilly and what's Gilly partner name that he did a podcast with, the guy that got out of prison. I think I want to, it's not Wayno, but it's something like that. Whatever Gilly's partner is in his podcast, I wonder how they feel because they work for Barstools.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Oh shit, I never thought about that.
Yeah. And I don't think Gilly said anything, because usually I would see if Gilly said something. Oh, Wallow. Yes. I wonder how Wallow and Gilly feel about that. That's gonna be something interesting that I wanna see coming in the future. But Portnoy, I'm not cool with it. Like I said, I still respect what you did as a businessman, but as a businessman and someone who does this type of stuff, you gotta be able to admit when you're wrong. Like, it can't be all ego all the fucking time. Like,
Yeah.
I get, and I agree that cancel culture, there's a problem with it, but like, there's a difference between cancel culture and being insensitive, and you as being fucking insensitive and ignorant, like you said, Doom.
Yeah.
But let's get to some music. We got some music to get to. First off, before we start talking about the beef, rest in peace to Doom's boy, Pop Smoke, man. Pop dropped his new album. Doom, I'm going to let you get into it. How you felt about it, brother?
Man, I love that shit, bro.
I knew you would. And when I heard it, I was
Hard.
like, look, I know Doom gonna fuck with this.
Hard, man. Every day I'm mad they took that nigga from us, bro. He was on the way. He was on the way. He was one of, and bro, I'm saying this as a nigga, like, I don't fuck with 98% of the new rap out there. Like, I'm just not a rap guy no more. Like, I'm starting to lean into, I realize, and not even purposely. Like, I just started paying attention to the shit that I'm playing.
It's just we listen more to
And
R&B. That's just what it is.
R&B, that's what I rock with, bro. But like, Pop Smoke album, that was a solid ass album. Solid ass album, bro. The track with 50, fucked with it heavy.
The Woo, that's my shit, bro. I gotta say, I wasn't, and we talked about this before. You know how I felt about this. I was lukewarm on Pop Smoke, but I gotta admit, this album had some fucking bangers. Like you said, the Woo, the West Coast shit with Tyga and Quavo. Ooh, that shit is hard. Enjoy Yourself, Mood Swings. I fuck with Make It Rain. I fuck with Aim for the Moon with Quavo. I fuck with the song with Lil Baby. This is hard, bro. And then the Mini Men shit.
Yep. Nah. I'm gonna ask you this. This is a question that I was saving for the pod.
All right, bet.
Do you think that? Well, first let me ask if you remember the song "Gangsters." Did you hear that one?
Let me look. It's on this album?
Yeah, the one that just dropped.
Let me see. Gangsters. I gotta see which number, where it come after. Yeah, 5. Okay, yeah.
All right, so I don't know if you remember the intro. There's an intro on that song. I think if Pop Smoke was still alive, we would have experienced the next Pusha and Drake type beef. We might have missed out on one of the most legendary rap beefs ever.
Between Pop and who?
Pop and Tekashi. That would have been one of the most entertaining beats. If you listen to that intro, in the beginning, he was saying something about
oh yeah, how you don't fuck with the rainbow hair.
Loud rainbow hair bullshit. And you know Tekashi was gonna respond to that if Pop was still here.
I agree. That would have been a very interesting beef.
Those are two niggas that are like, fuck the dumb shit, we gonna make it happen. You know what I mean? When it come to beef type shit.
And Pop would have went all the way with it too.
Yep. That would have been, I think that would have been a Pusha and Drake level beef.
If not that, it would have been shit. I'm gonna say it wouldn't have been that just for the fact of how big those two are legendary wise, but it would have been the biggest young nigga beef we'd have seen.
Yeah.
Like for sure, of like new artists in a long
and
time.
Not artist level, but I mean,
I get what you're saying.
Scale of like how entertaining it would have been. To watch.
No, that would have been a real one.
It was entertaining as fuck. Like obviously they're a little bit higher on the scale.
Oh no, I agree with that 1,000. I also want to see if you agree with this comparison. Pop reminds me of a young 50 Cent. If he would have been alive, we might have got Get Rich or Die Trying.
That's a fact. And you could hear it in the music. That's why I'm glad 50 EP'd it.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm kind of sad that Pop was with Steven Victor and Push's label. I wish he would have been with 50. Like I would have loved to see Pop Smoke been on G Unit and see just that creation, because even though 50, and I know people say that he didn't believe, he didn't give Lloyd Banks and Yayo enough time. But if you listen to his book, it was they didn't work as hard and they didn't have the drive that 50 had. Pop had that drive, and I think Pop and 50 would have worked. I think that would have been 50's first real artist where he put as much time as himself into that artist, because I think he believed in Pop.
Yeah, and I think he was actually like the first artist that came around where it was like he was from the new generation, but he still had the older nigga values.
Yeah.
I mean, like he was built solid.
No, I agree with that.
Like, it wasn't none of that gimmicky bullshit. Like
nothing for the clout. Yeah.
For the young artists, like he honestly, bro, I don't even think anybody from his class of when he came out, who else came on the scene with no gimmicks? Like everybody got some kind of little bullshit way that they got on. Like
only Roddy.
Yeah.
Him and Roddy, the two solid ones. That's it.
And not that Roddy had a gimmick, but Roddy did have like.
Roddy had Nip. That's it.
Yeah. Nip put him on, but he went viral. Like he went viral on like an app or some shit, and it was like.
Oh, really? I didn't even know.
Not necessarily for his music, and I could be wrong about Pop. Maybe he popped up the same way.
Well, Pop did blow up on TikTok because that girl shit. Like what song is it? Where he say all them drunk lyrics and he go brr. Whatever song that was, that blew up on TikTok. Niggas was fucking with that, but I don't consider that gimmicky. That's kind of organic.
Yeah, it's definitely not gimmicky, but. I
get what you're saying.
Somebody else made the gimmick, and his song kind of blew up with.
Yeah, that's what. Because I don't think Pop made it. Just like I don't think Roddy made those gimmicks. That was just white kids on TikTok.
Yeah, because I remember like Roddy blew up. His Die Young was like somebody with a violin or some shit like that played it.
Yep,
and that's
I remember
how the
that.
Blew up
in the orchestra shit. Yeah, no, that shit was fire. But I'm glad that you fuck with Pop album. What would you rate it if we got to throw a ranking to 1 through 5?
Oh man. I don't want to disrespect him. It wasn't a complete 5, but it's strong 4.5 to me because I fucked with it heavy.
I'm giving
I like the sound because before, if you listen to what was it, Meet the Woo 2? That was
he grew. That's one thing I got to say. I don't know if that was 50 in post production or if that was Pop on his way. I'm gonna choose to believe that was Pop, but you can hear the sound growth from me, and that's something we talk about with Uzi. That we was real upset with Eternal to Take. We didn't hear no growth. It was just the same old shit. And this was not Meet the Woo 2. This was growth, for real growth.
And he went past just that New York drill sound.
Facts.
Because I expected most of it to be that.
He started getting his melody bag.
Yeah, bro. And he was killing it.
I gotta say, his singing voice worked real well. No, I'm
legendary, bro.
I'm gonna give it a 4, just because, like you said, it's not a complete album, but I appreciate the growth in it. Let's talk some more new music before we get to beef. You mentioned Drake and Pusha T. We will get to that. But the new Drake leaks dropped, and we got to talk about them. They hard as hell. The song with Roddy, Vital, Lie to Me, and Grease. Yo, this Drake album's going to be nuts. Like, this Drake album's going to be real. And look, I was kind of taken back by him doing the effect on Grease that he did. But that song is tough, bro. And then the Lie to Me joint, I fuck with the Roddy feature, and then the singing on Vital. Ooh. Yeah, Drizzy in his bag right now.
I need a release date or something. since Chicago Freestyle, bro. Once I heard that, I was like, yo, I know this nigga album.
It's too many leaks. Like, it's time to tighten up ship and he said it's 80% done. And 40 said 40 was doing bangers the other night on IG. Like, it's time to turn off the faucet. I'm glad you're doing leaks just to get people hype and shit. But it's time to turn the faucet off, give us a release date, and let's go. I don't give a fuck that you can't tour. I don't give a fuck that we can't listen to it outside. That's just the world we in. Drop that shit and let's go.
Yeah. And I was just about to say that. I think that's exactly what it is. The fact that, because normally he go on tour after he dropped.
Facts.
That's what he gets
for like
back.
A year.
Yeah. But I think what it is like you got to accept that we might not have a normal society for another 2 years.
Yeah. Like you might not be able to go on tour for till like 2022, 2023. Because right now the way it's looking, 2021 is dead like this year.
Yep. Which is crazy to think, bro.
But that's because we fucked it up. If we would have been locked down and stayed like we were a month ago, then 2021 we could go back to concerts. But the fact is, they opened everything. Niggas went to the beach. Niggas started going out, and now shit is worse than it was before they started opening everything up.
Yep.
So hopefully he drops the album because I'm ready for it. What's your favorite one out of them? I think I like Grease the most, even though Vital's hard as shit.
I'll keep it a bean. I haven't even heard Grease yet, but I really like the one with him and Roddy.
Yeah, the boy in the cut. That shit is hard. I don't know if that's a Roddy
I'm a Roddy
song.
fan, and I'm a Roddy fan. It sounded very Roddy-like.
That seems like it's gonna be a Roddy feature.
But Drake always been that kind of dude. Like he always go to where the wave at, and then he put his Drake sauce on it. You know what I mean?
After we get out of here, you gotta listen to Grease because I'd have played it on the pod, but I know that SoundCloud will flag that like this, and they're gonna take that shit off. So I wasn't even chancing it because I know that's gonna be on an album or something. Because that shit is, but I gotta tell you, he used I don't want to say the baby voice of Cardi, but he uses an effect that makes his voice higher. I don't know who used that recently, but it's somebody, and you gonna know. But it just works with Drake. I don't know. It works for some reason.
I definitely got to check it out now because if it's like some Cardi type shit, I want to hear that.
It's weird, bro, but I fuck with it. It's weird. Let's get to the beef. How do you feel? Because before I say my piece, because niggas know I'm the Drake stan and they're not ready for this. But how do you feel about Pusha, Young Thug, and Drake, all this new beef shit?
Honestly, bro, I don't even get why people giving Pusha a hard time. Like I heard the verse, and I hear everybody saying that, you know, it was pop album. It was supposed to celebrate pop, not push your personal shit or bring up beefs. Like, and I get that. And then they brung up the whole like he talk about the not snitching shit. And then
that's my thing.
Every time he snitch, but like. There's a difference between, to me at least, there's a huge difference than you snitching to the police, right? Where it's affecting.
Okay, wait. Before you even finish that, let me say this, because he didn't say it like snitching to the police. He just said telling, and then he said that's police shit. I don't associate with police like niggas. And I agree with you. There's a difference between snitching to the police and what we about to get into. But that's not what he said, Doom. He said niggas that go behind people back and talk about them, and that's police-like behavior. And that's bullshit because you're a hypocrite because that's what you did. Also, there's pictures with you with police, nigga. You hangs out with them. You was doing shit. So stop being a fucking liar, Pusha. That's hypocrite shit, bro. And like you said, I don't even have a problem that you did it on the song because as a real Drake fan, I acknowledge that Drake get on other niggas' songs and diss people. That's his bag. He loved to do that shit. So I'm not mad that you was going to do that. Now, on the pop album with Young Thug, you definitely was trying to get more people to listen. And maybe that, and as Young Thug, I get why Young Thug is upset because don't use my name to do that. But I'm not mad at that you trying to do it on a pop song. But I'm mad at the fact that you being a hypocrite and saying Drake do police shit when, nigga, you started this whole beef with police shit. And I'm tired of niggas saying that Push won the battle because he might have won the narrative, but Push did not have a better diss record than Duppy or two birds in one stone.
Yeah.
In terms of rap.
I guess for me, like when I look at the battle, I agree when Push songs, the tracks weren't better than Drake's tracks.
But I think he won though because of the narrative that he said.
Right. And I think that's the objective of beef records. Like you trying to kill whoever is on the other end.
No, I agree.
And he did that. Like I really think he fucked up Drake bag. For a while, niggas was looking at Drake crazy. Like it took Drake a little minute to dig himself out that hole.
He stopped Drake from getting an Adidas deal. That's police shit right there. Like that. Come on, Doom. That's hypocritical, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I didn't look at it like that. Because if he said telling is police-like behavior, then I might agree.
That's what he said.
A lot of that. But I was gonna say before I found out that like it's just a big difference from ratting to the
police. For sure. I agree with that 2,000%.
System and then speaking on shit that you don't like how a nigga move.
No, I agree with that. Those are two different things, but he was talking about chatty patty niggas, and he is king chatty patty.
Well, yeah. If he said that, then that's crazy.
Yeah, no, all right. I'm glad we on this. Okay, because we on the same page 100. Like, I'm not gonna come here and say oh yeah, he has no right to diss Drake on the Pop Smoke song. Granted, it's fucked up because Pop not here, and we don't know if that's what Pop want. But I'm not mad at that because, like I said, Stay Scheming happened on a Rick Ross song. And that's one of my favorite Drake verses, dissing Common. And I'd be a hypocrite myself if I said he can't diss Drake on another person's song. But you saying about police-like behavior and talking out the side of your neck, nigga, you stopped that nigga bag. You did police-like behavior. Like, let's not act like that didn't happen. So you can't get mad at him for telling the record label, yo, I don't want this song out. When you told Adidas, I don't want him to have an Adidas line. Like, you said that, bro. So don't, fuck that. Because you knew if Drake would have got to Adidas, he would have had more power than you, and your ass might have got kicked out.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
So that's all.
I think I'm hopping on your side then. I don't fuck with that if he said it like that.
That's what he said. Look it up when we get out of here. And look, if I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen, y'all let us know on Twitter, Lil BWT, Lil Doom SJE, and we'll have the conversation. Because I know you Pusha fans want to come for a nigga neck. I've been waiting for y'all. Shout out to my nigga Pharaoh. Every time Drake and Pusha come up, me and Pharaoh be arguing on Twitter about that shit. Because Pharaoh a Push fan and I'm a Drake fan. Every fucking time.
I'm a Push fan too, bro. I'm still jamming Daytona to this day.
I hate that they had this beef because My Name is My Name is my fucking shit. I love that Pusha album. That's the one with hold on. I got that bitch on my fucking phone and I hate that they beef because I really like that song, but shit, I had to choose a side. Pusha went too far. You want to diss 40 about his sickness? I had to stop jamming My Name is My Name. I'm a 40 fan. What the fuck you talking about, nigga? That's the one with King Push, Numbers on the Board, Sweet Serenade, Hold On. Nah, bro, that's my fucking shit. That is my fucking shit. Like Nostalgia, all that shit, my fucking shit. But I don't listen to that no more, bro. I ride with 40 and I ride with the Owls. That's just how it is. I didn't fuck with Meek when Drake was beefing with Meek. I'm good with Dream Chasers. Let's go, baby. Play the intro again. Before, couldn't play the intro around a nigga. Fuck that shit. Yeah. I'm riding. Just like I didn't fuck with Pusha because of the Wayne shit. Like he did Wayne dirty. Like you got beef with Birdman, nigga. Go beef with Bird. But you don't want to do that because Birdman pull out them shooters.
That's a fact.
Y'all niggas fake beef. Drake called Jay Prince and niggas got scared because apparently on Joe Budden pod he said niggas was getting hurt off that the public don't know. And like shit was happening for real. I don't think that was on Drake's side. Yeah. Because I look at all the Drake niggas' Instagrams. That's probably on Pusha's side. And that's why shit got quieted down. He don't want to mess with Jay Prince and the squad. Drake is smart, man. Drake is surrounded by H-Town killers and New Orleans killers. Two niggas that who you most scared of? H-Town and New Orleans niggas or Virginia niggas?
Definitely not Virginia niggas.
Oh, fuck no. Bro, if you go to New Orleans, you murder capital, bro. That's a fact. Them niggas don't give no fucks out here. Like, not at all. Louisiana niggas are different. Way different. But let's get to something. Speaking of Louisiana niggas in the South versus the Northeast, and I'm interested to see how you feel about this because I know you don't fuck with one of these niggas heavy. T.I. called out 50 Cent, said he wanted the verses. 50 said, I'm not beefing with your whack ass. I'm not doing a verse with your whack ass versus battle. I'm with Snoop Dogg. And T.I. said, nigga, you weak. You could bring out Eminem, Dre, all of y'all. I'm the king of the South. I'll take your ass on. Also, I don't like the fact that T.I. calls him the king of the South still because Wayne is a better rapper than you, my nigga, but that's a conversation.
He's been a better rapper. They was out at the same time.
That shit always made me feel uncomfortable, bro. I didn't fuck with that because, like, it's like, and Wayne allowed him to say he was the king of the South, and Wayne called himself the best rapper alive, and T.I. never disputed it, but it's like, how can you be the king of the South when Wayne is from the South?
Yeah. It's wild to me, bro, because, like, I fuck with T.I. in from the angle of, like, South versus New York. Mm-hmm. I gotta ride for the South, like that's the home. I agree. Team. But if I'm gonna keep it a beam, bro, like 50 got a point. Like nigga, who would I rather battle, T.I. or Snoop? Snoop is an icon, bro. Yeah. Like nigga, if you asked anybody on the street to name the most iconic rapper, I think Snoop Dogg name gonna come up. 100%.
Oh, he one of them. I think the names would be Snoop, Jay-Z, Tupac, Biggie, Wayne, Drake, Eminem. I think those are the 7 names that people would say.
And T.I. is not on that type of list.
And 50 Cent
You
might
know
be
what I'm saying?
next.
Yep. And I honestly don't think he would beat 50 in a battle.
That's what I was gonna ask you. So 50 Cent, if you playing 20 songs, my question to you is, would he win? Because 50 got Patiently Waiting, Many Men, In the Club, High All the Time, PIMP, 21 Questions. And is that all of them from Get Rich or Die Trying? Would you play What Up Gangsta?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so that's
I don't think T.I. got nothing in the bag that's gonna beat that.
Let me pull up T.I. catalog, and you tell me the 50 songs that could beat these songs. Because if 50 can't beat these songs, I mean, if T.I. can't win with these songs, then it's over with. So let's go to Urban Legend. He got Bring 'Em Out. Would they do? Why You Mad at Me? Does 50 have any? And you don't know. Does 50 have any songs that could beat them? You don't know me.
I think You Don't Know Me and Bring 'Em Out is the only two that will be on the fence. The rest, 50 got it.
So if he plays Bring 'Em Out and 50 plays In the Club, what happens?
In the Club win. I'm sorry, man. In the Club win that shit.
Okay.
That's an iconic song, bro.
If
That's
T.I. play
iconic.
You Don't Know Me and 50 played Many Men, what happened?
Many Men win.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think T.I. lose, man, but T.I. got a lot of good songs because, like, What You Know About, to me, if T.I. played What You Know, the song off of King, this one, I don't think 50 got something that could beat, like, I'm giving that one to T.I.
Yeah. I mean, T.I. got some joints, bro, but
Swagger Like Us,
man,
you know that was our generation banger.
Yeah, but it was a banger because of the features. Like, I don't think niggas was
the
T.I. verse.
You're right. It was the Wayne and Hov verse.
Yeah, bro.
Our Big Shit Poppin'.
Damn, that was a hit.
That's a good one. Like, T.I. got some songs. That's what I'm saying. But whatever you like, even though I prefer the Wayne Young Money remix version of that.
Yeah, that's a
but
fact.
I'm with you. 50 wins. Like, there's no need for us to keep doing it. 50 gonna beat T.I.
I will say, now that you naming,
it'd be closer.
Bangers, it's definitely closer than I think.
Like, I think T.I. would beat, like, Jeezy. I think he'd beat Gucci Mane. I think he'd beat all these other, like, in terms of the South, T.I. would beat a lot of niggas besides Wayne, besides, who else I'm going to say? UGK. I don't think he beats Outkast. I think those might be the only three. Oh, and maybe Ross. I think Ross might beat T.I. But I don't know, because T.I. got bigger songs than Ross.
I think T.I. got the bigger, like, radio hits, but Ross got the better music, if that makes sense. I don't think the niggas that watch Versus care about that.
And see, that's the thing. Will it be the barbershop niggas that's watching Versus? Because, like, with Jadakiss and Fab, we talked about this last week, but Fab did that to himself. Fab didn't play none of his hits. He was clowning and tried to play street records and just played random shit. And Jada played all his street shit, and the barbershop niggas overtook the chat, and he won. But if T.I. playing his hits and his street classics, it's tough.
Yeah.
But I don't know. 50 got a lot of street classics, too.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. 50 got, if he want to get into the street classic bag, he got that, too. And he got radio bangers, bro.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them bitches.
50 can play AO Technology.
AO Technology. Even though that song sounds so ass.
21 Questions.
21 Questions, that's a hit, bro.
And then look, Hate It or Love It. He got all the game shit he could play that he was with him. Like How We Do. That's a hard song. And if we playing features, Down on Me, and he could play Hate Being Sober by Chief Keef.
That's a fact. That's a hit, bro. Those are classics.
I didn't even think about this, bro. 50 got some, like, this is crazy. And then
if he really want to kill the game, the fucking pop feature would be eligible. Throw that bitch on there. You gonna win whatever round that pop shit come on.
Also, don't let 50 play the shit from the music, from the movie, which was different than Get Rich or Die Trying. The Get Rich or Die Trying soundtrack. Yo.
Yeah. Man, that nigga could play the fucking Power intro and get T.I. out of here, man. T.I., it would be done for T.I. I'm sorry.
Yeah, now that we talking about this, 50 Cent would whoop T.I. ass. Now, I do think T.I. would beat Ross, though. I really do think that.
Yeah. It would have to be street niggas to give him the
Ross, yeah.
Ross got, son, I swear to God, that God Forgives I Don't album, That is one of my favorite albums of all time.
And look, I love Black Market and the one with Santorini Grease on it. The most recent one where he dissed Birdman.
Yeah, bro.
And
the mixtapes Ross got, you can't forget about that.
And if Ross play any of the Maybach musics, I don't know if Tip got something that could go up against some of them.
Yeah.
Them shit's hard as hell.
And he would just have to play some of that shit from that Rick Ross, Lex Luger era. The fucking these niggas won't hold me back. Like all that shit, bro. I forgot he got getting that bag.
John Q and push it to the limit, pour to Miami, pour. Like, nah.
I think Ross will get T.I. out of here, but that would be a good
That's a better
matchup.
Battle than 50 Cent T.I. I think Rick Ross should do that. That would be a great battle. I'm trying to think who else would be
I would love to just see Ross on a versus.
Same.
Like, I think that would be entertaining as fuck.
But see, I think when it comes to like other Atlanta niggas, like I don't think Jeezy got a shot to beat T.I. Even though Thug Motivation 101 is hard, T.I. got a more longevity than Jeezy.
Yeah, I think Jeezy had like just a little moment in time. Like,
and I think Gucci got too many street songs. Gucci don't have enough hits.
Way too many street songs. All Gucci biggest hits is like the most ignorant street shit you could think of.
Now Gucci Jeezy would be a better battle.
Yeah, that would be a very good battle. That's actually one of the like big debates, like who's better out of them two, because they like the same.
See?
They cut.
That's something I would want to see.
That would be a good versus.
You know what would be a good versus? Kevin Gates versus Boosie.
Yep.
That's something
Gates
that would
get him though.
I do
Gates
too.
Would get him.
I do too.
Even though I love Boosie, man.
That's
Boosie,
what I was about to say.
In like my high school era, bro, I was on Boosie so hard.
Now Boosie got songs that if he play, there's nothing Gates can do about it. Like Independent, in the bag, Two Red Bones, Kissing in the Back Seat, Zoom.
Set It Off.
Set It Off.
The untouchable one.
But see, that's 4 songs. Gates got all of Luca Brasi 2, Luca Brasi 1. Gates got the OG Gates with like neon lights and shit on it. Like, Gates getting Boosie out of here.
Yeah, and Gates also got a lot of radio shit. And outside of like Independent and Wipe Me Down, I don't think Boosie can fuck with him on the radio shit.
Facts. That's what I was about to say. I'm trying to think some other Louisiana niggas that I'd like to see battle. Who could Currency battle?
Ooh, that's a good one. I don't think no Louisiana niggas.
Would it be Gibbs?
That would be a good battle.
But I think Freddie Gibbs would beat him, though.
You think? I'm just biased toward Currency. Currency, one of my favorite rappers.
Currency's like, I just think Gibbs has too many more popular songs. And I know Gibbs is not super, super popular, but I just think the Gibbs right now is one of the best rappers in the game. I'd say Gibbs is a top 5 rapper right now with all the albums he put out. I don't know if Currency's ever been top 5 in all of rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely can't disagree with it. Like, I think in my personal book, he's been top 5. Yeah. But I know that would be a super unpopular opinion. Like, I definitely can't debate that.
Because, see, Currency right now is the 3rd best rapper in Louisiana. Some people would say 4th. Because it goes Wayne, Gates, and then Currency.
Yeah.
Or do you put Currency above Gates?
I don't know, man. That's tough.
Because I always put Gates second.
It's only because I don't even group them. It's almost like I put them in 2 separate genres. You know what I mean? Like Currency, they both rap.
But Currency's like jazz, rap, chill vibe.
It's a whole nother.
Telling you about get your business up.
Yeah, it's like comparing like Kendrick versus Uzi or some shit to me. Like it's almost that far apart.
I agree with that.
2 different worlds.
Speaking of Kendrick, who would you like to see Kendrick battle? Some people saying Drake, but I think Drake would get Kendrick the fuck out of here. I think Kendrick would get J. Cole the fuck out of here.
He would.
I think Kendrick would
be the matchup. Cole would be the matchup.
See, I think Big Sean would be a better matchup for Kendrick.
But I think he would wipe Big Sean.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. Damn.
I think Cole would put up the biggest fight. He would lose to Kendrick.
Yeah, okay.
But Cole would put up a fight.
Yeah, Cole would put up a better fight because Drake would wash him. I don't think there's no way in hell Kendrick. And the only way Kendrick would win is if IG niggas was like, yeah, we don't. You know how niggas be when it's Drake. Oh, we don't fuck with Drake. Kendrick wins. Yeah. That's how that would be. Drake would only could go up against would be like Jay-Z and Wayne. That's the only niggas Drake could go up against.
And then even then, I think if you being honest, because a lot of niggas, like especially when it come to Wayne, because Wayne is one of them niggas. I don't give a fuck who you
Yeah,
say. I'ma always say Wayne.
you
is
know
the best
me the
rapper.
same way. That's how I've been that way. I think Wayne better than Jay-Z, and niggas be like, what?
Yeah, that to me that's easy, and I fuck with Jay heavy.
Same.
But I'm saying to me, it's not even like if you ask me who's better out of Wayne or Jay, is no debate, and I'm not stopping to think about it. I'm saying Wayne. You know what I mean? But even with that being said, I still think in a versus, Wayne loses to Drake. And I don't think it would even be.
You don't think it would be close?
It would be like Wayne would win some rounds, but I don't think Drake would struggle. Like I think if Drake would lose, it would only be him not putting in the effort to like.
See, Wayne could play.
Right.
Wayne could play shit like no ceilings, bro. Like Wayne could start throwing in them Ole Do-Its, swag surfing, whatever you like. Wayne could play other niggas. Like that's the thing, bro. Like I don't know, cause and I'm a you know me.
I just don't think that those work in a verse.
It's just,
you know what I mean? Cause like those are classic shits. Like I legit, I was just listening to Drought 3 on the way to the airport when I was coming back here.
That's what I'm about to say. He can play droughts. Like them shits is crazy.
And those shits will never get old to me. You know what I'm saying? But in a versus, like if Drake played it, which damn near every song he dropped
is a hit. Yeah, no facts.
You know what I mean? It's just like, come on, man. I don't think those songs, like even as classic as they are from the Drought, if Drake play his biggest hits, is it gonna beat that?
Yeah,
you know
true.
I mean?
All right, well, I'm gonna ask you this. Let's not use Drake because I agree with you. Drake is kind of hard to beat. And New York niggas would say y'all out your mind. East Coast niggas would gonna say y'all out your mind. But does Wayne beat Jay-Z in a battle?
I think so.
And he because he can play the mixtape things then.
Yeah. The only thing is like, who's judging it? Because he loses if it's a bunch of New York niggas.
You know, you're right. You're absolutely right. It would have to be a mixture, but the versus crowd, because it's Swiss started it and Tim is mostly New York niggas in there.
And Jay would win.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Now that you say that, Jay would win. But I think, and it could be the same bias that I'm accusing the New York niggas of. But me personally, I think Wayne.
Yeah, I give it to Wayne as well. No, I'm with you. All right, let's keep it pushing. The next thing we got on the docket is, let's see, where we going from here? We talk beef, we talk music. Let's talk, well, speaking of music, bro, Britney Spears, she a Louisiana girl. We got to free her. Doom, what you thinking about all this Britney Spears shit, bro? Because, like, this shit is crazy. Like, I don't know if I believe the fact that niggas saying that she is, what's the word? Because you said it earlier. Like, her manager and her father have total control of her life.
Yeah, they basically have, like, a legal guardianship over her,
which is weird. And like the video came out where she was dancing and like people were like, Britney, are you okay? If you're not okay, wear a yellow shirt. And then the next video, she wore a yellow shirt and she mentioned it in the description. So everybody's freaking out about it. Like, I don't know what we do in this situation.
I didn't even know that shit was possible, bro. Like, I'm still trying to process that shit. Like, she a grown ass woman, but she legally can't make any decisions on her own.
Crazy.
Like another nigga can just say, nah, you can't buy that, or nah, you can't.
And she's married with kids, and her father and her manager have total control. How her husband don't
say this though, she looking nuts. Like she needs some kind of guidance, but I didn't know niggas.
And the way she was just dancing, being random, I was like, is Britney okay? Like she looked kind of like how Amanda Bynes was looking a couple of years ago, but maybe it's because these niggas driving her crazy.
Yeah. And bro, it's been years she been like that. Like it's been years since the shave her head incident.
It has.
That was like a long ass time ago, bro. And
it's been a while since Kevin Federline, and she looked she looked better after that, but now she looked just like she was back then. And it's like, damn, Britney, we got to get your shit together. Free Britney. Hopefully it's not trolling, or hopefully it's hopefully it's not real. You know what I mean? Like I hope it's like a situation where the internet's just doing too much, but it doesn't seem that way. It seems like the internet might be right on this.
Yeah, looking at it, I think something is definitely fucked up. You know what I mean? And you got to think, like, what has to happen to drive somebody to that mental state? Like, something crazy is going on. I don't think it's, like, trolling.
Yeah, you're right. It's got to be something else because there's nowhere in hell that's just going off natural. Let's get into some TV shit, some deals in the content world, some deals going on. So first off, Cap got a deal with Disney and Netflix. How do you feel about Cap getting a Disney deal and a Netflix? Netflix is making a documentary about his life, and I think Disney is gonna make some TV show or some shit about him. How do you feel about all this?
That's crazy. I actually didn't know that, but I'm super happy for him, bro.
Yeah, I'm happy for him.
Like
too.
I've been hearing a bunch of talks about like basically the NFL trying to clean face and they really trying to get him a job now.
But the
like,
fact the NFL is playing, they said they're gonna do for the first 4 weeks, play the Black Negro spiritual. I forget what song it is.
That's too much.
Yeah,
the
bro.
Lift every voice shit.
Bro, that shit is stupid.
That's going too far, bro.
That is fucking stupid. The fact that you're gonna play a black song and then play the national anthem shows that there's a black song and a white. It just makes more division.
Yeah,
it doesn't make
exactly.
any sense. Like the NFL is retarded for doing some. Oh, let me not say that word. That's insensitive. I'm sorry to everybody out there. The NFL is stupid for doing some shit like that.
Yeah, and honestly, bro, it only go to show you that whoever is at the top in the NFL still has no idea.
It makes Jay-Z look really bad.
Yeah.
The fact that Jay just is working with the NFL and like they just like if I'm Jay, I'm like, veto that shit.
Yeah. See, but I wonder at what capacity is
Jay involved?
Jay's partnership? Because it's just
well, he does music and halftime shows. I'd assume that falls under the. You don't think that falls under the music category? Because I know he gonna pick the first artist for the national televised game to sing that shit. And if if Beyonce does that, I'm gonna lose respect for her.
See, but I don't know if like there's some bunch of white people at a round table saying, okay, we want this to happen. Now we let Jay decide how it happens.
It happens.
Like, he doesn't really have the control over. At least that's what I think. Because there's no way if Jay had a voice in that he would have allowed that to happen. I just don't believe that shit. No
like, that's some ignorant shit.
Like, it's very ignorant, bro. Because like all it does is it show that they just want to pander to black people enough to shut them up so they can go back to counting their money. You know,
and then
white
people
don't actually care about anything real.
It's gonna make the people who already feel some type of way that's on the white side be like, well, look, there's more division. They don't care. Like, it's not about bringing everybody together, and it just gives racists more fuel. And it's like, bro, that's not what black people want at all.
That's gonna piss them off bad.
Like, black people, what does that do to help with systematic racism? What does that do to help with the police brutality issue that we got going on? What does that do to help with the jail system? It doesn't do anything. That's no real change. And I thought Jay said we're done kneeling. That's kneeling on a whole nother level.
Yeah. And honestly, it just make it worse, bro. It just make it worse. Cause like
dude, that's so fucking ignorant. The fact
it
that
is, bro.
That
it
they,
is.
Like,
and then they pick like the
song they chose,
black gospel song. And what's even more wild is fucking I seen what's dude name? Kirk Franklin. Don't
tell me he said he was gonna sing it.
Bro, he dropped the whole video singing the song, like a big ass production with his choir, and nigga was going around the house, had parts of the choir in different rooms singing it, and like he trying to get the bag. Like, he like, nigga, I see
I do this
a big bag. Hey, he was like, yo, move aside, nigga. I'm about to sing the fuck out of Lift Every Voice. He killed it, but I don't know about if they got a spot in that shit.
Before a football game, bro.
That's doing too much.
That's doing way too much. Bro,
you know how mad these white people about to be when they gotta stand up.
Black people should be mad at this.
That's a fact.
All that is saying, here, nigga, shut up. Like, that's all that
exactly
is.
What it is.
Like, let's call a spade a spade.
2-minute song before the football game if y'all shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, nigga, stop blackballing Cap. Stop hiring these lame ass white coaches when there's black niggas more qualified.
Hire some black GMs. Like,
exactly, man.
Like, let's do some real shit. Like, pay black people, play black players the same amount as you'd pay a white player. Because look at Christian McCaffrey getting more, and nobody's complaining that he's a running back and he gonna get paid. But y'all want to complain every time a black running back's trying to get paid. Like, let's call a spade a spade. Like, let's be real. Oh, shout out to Patrick Mahomes. Congratulations to that brother. He deserves. Patrick Mahomes deserved more money than that. If we being fucking honest.
Went and got the bag. Bro.
He took a team. He was team friendly. Patrick Mahomes could have asked for $600 million if he wanted, and because he's worth it. He's fucking worth it. We're gonna talk more about that in sports, but since we were talking about the NFL, I just had to say congratulations to the brother because he deserves every fucking penny. You know what I realized, dude? I saw on one of the sports shows. Patrick Mahomes hasn't lost a game by more than 7 points. He's only lost 8 games in his whole career. Like,
that's crazy.
He hasn't gotten blown out yet. Like, every NFL player gets blown out, and he has not.
Yeah. And bro, what's even more crazy about this is, like, he's still so young. We get to watch, like, because now he's the nigga. You know what I mean?
He could sign another 10-year after this. Yeah,
bro. Like, he's the nigga now, and everybody gets to watch because he's gonna fuck up at some point down the road.
Yeah, he's gonna lose.
Some point, the team around him won't be as great as they are now, and we'll get to see if he can make that jump to greatness. Like we watching the 30 for 30 as it's happening.
Yeah,
there will be one.
I think he's gonna get at least 2 more Super Bowls minimum. 2 minimum.
I think so.
The question gonna be is, does Lamar get a better team around him to where it's gonna be? Because Lamar is really his only threat. Because I don't see Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson's great, but like they don't put a good team around him.
Yeah, they both AFC, right?
Yeah, all 3 of them: Deshaun, Lamar, and Pat.
Yeah. It sucks that they'll never be like.
And now Cam.
Yeah. It sucks that it won't be a Patrick Mahomes, Lamar in the Super Bowl.
True.
That would be a crazy ass Super Bowl, bro.
Very much so. That would be a good one.
Hopefully one of them. Well, it won't be Pat. Hopefully one of them switch teams.
Somebody got to come to the Saints. It might be shit. It might be Jameis Winston versus Pat because the Saints got them Jameis, and Jameis might start balling out.
Yeah, bro.
That's
crazy, bro. And after what Drew said, I won't even feel played if somebody hit him fucked up and
then
take him out for the season. Jameis
start balling because I think Jameis with Sean Payton's gonna be great because that's all Jameis needs is a solid coach to rein his ass in.
Yeah, bro. And a lot of people, they was talking shit about his decision making and how he threw.
They act like Jameis wasn't a baller in Florida State coming out. If you look at tests that quarterbacks take to show how smart in football IQ they are, Jameis Winston had the highest score since Peyton Manning, higher than Pat and Lamar.
And it was some crazy stat. I can't remember the exact stat, but it was something like 60% of his interceptions it hit the receiver in the hand first. Like it was like tip balls,
drop ball. Yeah.
So it was just like, come on, man. Like we
give that
giving
man
him
some
all
credit.
this shit. And what's even more wild is like the Saints signed this nigga for nothing. Like he's not getting paid shit.
And then we gotta wait to see next year. Yep,
bro. And that kind of go back full circle to what we was talking about with the lift every voice shit. Chase Daniel, I don't know if you remember him.
Make more money than Cam Newton, and that's bullshit.
He makes more money than Cam and Jameis put together.
That's crazy.
Put together. He has a bigger contract than both of their contracts combined.
That's
and
nuts.
You tell me that there's not some type of systematic. Chase Daniels is ass. He's never started. He's never done anything.
But I don't.
Cam Newton and Jameis Winston.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, but I'm not mad at them because they're doing this thing where, all right, I'll take the low ball me. But when I prove myself,
right,
I'm getting Jameis is betting on himself because honestly, Drew retiring after this year. And if Jameis show he know what he doing, that's the future of the Saints.
Yeah.
And he gonna have a good coach and Michael Thomas and Kamara. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
And a fan base that's loyal as fuck.
Facts. And I think he gonna love it in New Orleans. Most athletes do. Like I look at Lonzo and Brandon Ingram. Those were 2 niggas who were so hot when they got traded to New Orleans. They didn't want to play in New Orleans. And they spent some time. I don't know what it is about the city that.
And now they want to sign max
deals.
Their
mind, but I was listening to JJ Redick podcast, and they was talking about they was talking about Lonzo and Zion and all the young dudes, the young core, and he was saying how he think that the team will be a powerhouse in the future because all those young niggas want to stay long term in New Orleans. And bro, if you look at what could develop with Lonzo, B.I., Zion staying long-term together, adding pieces here and there in the years to come, scary. So if that same shit happened with Jameis and the Saints, like you said, a loyal-ass fan base,
New Orleans gonna be culture. We gonna be popping.
Facts.
Like
It's
the
gonna be
fact
crazy, bro.
with the
I'm about
basketball
to move
team
back
doing
to
what it
Louisiana.
is, bro, I swear, because I'm glad you said this, because we're gonna talk about this more in the sports part. But Lonzo and Bi said they want to resign, and they said they want to stay in New Orleans. I did not think Lonzo would want to stay. Like I knew
He
he
was
would.
mad as fuck, bro. He was mad as fuck.
He
when he
realized
first
he
got
from
traded.
his pops, he has the best superstar that could be around him in Zion, the person that fits his game the best, more than any other superstar. Like, there's no other superstar Lonzo could go play with where he is utilized to his best abilities. Zion's not that player that you got to pass the ball and he got to hold the ball for 17 seconds, dribble out the clock. No. Zion's a person where they do pick and roll. Lonzo getting 10 assists a game, plus Lonzo,
Right.
when they double team him, he can shoot his shot. Like, it just works so well for both of them. And New Orleans could be something great with football and basketball. But let's move on real quick. Shout out to Cap. He got a deal. The next thing we want to say is Charlemagne is getting a late night show on Comedy Central. Comedy Central's doing some rebooting for everything. For everybody's like, why Comedy Central? They got a whole new executive, and now they're bringing Beavis and Butthead, some more adult animated shows. They're focusing on that. They're trying to make 10 to 20 movies a year, and they're trying to focus really in on comedy and attracting millennials and Gen Z. And Charlemagne's going to have a late night show. How do you feel about Charlemagne getting a show on Comedy Central? Do you think this is the end of the Breakfast Club?
I definitely think it's the end of the Breakfast Club. He been hitting at that forever. Like anybody who follows Charlemagne know that he say a lot of shit that.
And he
says,
said multiple times that you can't do radio and late night television at the same time. He's said that about Nick Cannon. He said that about D.L. Hughley. He said one will suffer. So I feel like he gonna choose.
Yeah,
I think he made his choice actually.
He was actually talking about it. I can't remember if it was on Brilliant Idiots or one of his other shits, but he was talking about how if he was to step away from the Breakfast Club, that he is perfectly satisfied with what they built. Like he feels like
they've accomplished
mission
everything
with the Breakfast Club is fulfilled. Like it's done.
They were the biggest
I mean?
show in radio for 10 years, bro.
Yeah.
Like they were the biggest black show. They might be the biggest black radio show besides Tom Joyner ever.
Right. I agree with that. I think they might actually be bigger
than Tom. Yeah. But that's just for our generation because I know our parents and our Tom Joyner's that dude.
Yeah, he still is. Is he still on the radio?
He retired actually last year.
Oh shit!
Last year was his last year.
Shout out to that nigga because he a legend.
He killed it.
Breakfast Club is big. You know what I'm saying? But I think I really would love to see Charlemagne branch out to his own thing.
It's interesting that it's Comedy Central though, man.
That's the problem. I hate Comedy Central. Everything that they do is not good.
Me too.
Like they so far behind. Like I watch like some of their stand-up shows that they do. They try to do like this weird thing where they follow around a certain comedian and try to.
And they canceled all their good shows. Like shout out to my guy Josiah Johnson. They had Legends of Chamberlain Heights, which was a black adult animated show. They canceled that shit. They need to bring that shit back since they bringing back all these adult animated shows. But in terms of comedy, your Comedy Central, like you said, the stand-up got to be better.
Yeah. You can't be Comedy Central and not have stand-up. You know what I mean?
And now they're trying to make 20 to 10 movies a year. Like, what type of movies are y'all making? Are you making comedy movies? Are you making there's more things I got to know.
Yeah.
But I don't think this was Charlemagne's first choice because obviously when all that news broke about him, all his Me Too shit, HBO canceled their deal. Like, I think HBO was the spot Charlemagne was trying to be at.
Yeah. Which I think that would have been a way better spot.
That would have been amazing. But maybe these people are giving him the bag saying they're going to let him control shit with this new executive. It could work because, they do have new representation.
One thing I will say about Charlemagne, though, is if he accepted that deal, there was something in the offer that was crazy good.
Especially from Comedy Central.
And I'm looking forward to whatever content he brings because, I keep it a bean. I listen to his shit that's away from the Breakfast Club. Like I listen to Brilliant Idiots.
I listen to that more
interviews
than the Breakfast Club, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I watch all his shit, like the interviews he been dropping on his YouTube. Like he started around that time he had that little iconic interview with
Kanye. Oh yeah, and the Gucci one.
Yeah. And I've been hooked on that shit. Like I like that better than the Breakfast Club.
I agree.
Like I remember he did the one-on-one sit down with Gucci, and I'm like, bro, that's a way better interview than if he would have sat with the Breakfast Club
And have Envy asking random ass questions.
Facts. And then Ye feeling played about all kind of random shit, and it's all censored because it's radio, and it's like, nah, I like, especially when you get a raw, uncut Charlemagne.
Yep,
That's some
it's
crazy
better.
content, bro.
No, I
that
agree.
nigga is wild, and he need to be wild. That's why I'm hoping whatever he do with Comedy Central isn't just based for television, like cable television.
Yeah, that's
what's
something
weird
else
to me,
too.
because that shit is like dead to me. Like anything that gotta be mainly centered around cable television is fucking.
There's no way they're not putting that on YouTube. There's no way Comedy Central's not gonna have a streaming service or a YouTube channel where people can watch it. But my thing is, how do they make money off it if it's just on YouTube? I guess they think that I don't know, because it's weird. This is something that we're gonna have to pay close attention to, because like you said, if it was HBO, Netflix, Hulu, that makes way more sense to me than comedy. Even YouTube TV to a certain extent makes more sense to me than Comedy Central.
Yeah. But
So,
the late night show seemed like a commitment though. So whatever he doing, it gotta be big.
Yep. It's once a week or it's weekly. Yeah, so I guess it's gonna be once a week. We're gonna see. Who knows? But we got 2 more topics, then we getting out of here, Doom, before we get to Bros Who Ball. Last week we talked about Will and Jada. More shit came out. Jada doing a red table talk. Will finally talked about Black Lives Matter on Instagram. How do you feel about this? Will, Jada, August Alsina. Oh, also, Dwayne Martin's wife, Tisha Campbell, came out and said, "See, I told y'all shit was funny over there. The light, everything comes to the light," because I guess she was mad that Jada was messing with Dwayne at one point. How do you feel about this whole August Alsina Jada thing? Is August lying? Is Jada lying? Is Will being cucked? Is Will a simp? Even though he did bang Margot Robbie, and that was his part of his open part of the marriage. So
yeah,
I think Will won.
Honestly, like I feel like he definitely won. If it was
if it's August Alsina or Margot Robbie, he won.
Yeah, he definitely won. But honestly, bro, I be confused because I'm thinking, why is it such a big deal? Like, why do people give a fuck that much?
Yeah, true.
And I know we on a podcast and we supposed to go.
We just talking about it because people give a big deal.
Yeah, bro, but it's just like, why people give a fuck who fucking who?
Let them people live.
You know what I mean? Because honestly, bro, if you really think about it, like, I feel like, especially with people of their income level, that shit make all the sense in the world,
it's
bro.
Probably more common than people like to admit.
Like, bro, especially if me and my wife was worth probably close to B's now, bro. I was gonna say M's.
They had 600 M's easy.
Bro, if we worth that much and the business is at that high of a level, before I split up with my wife and fuck the bag up, I'd be like, look, we stay together. Just you do your thing. You wanna go fuck August? Do your thing. I'm gonna go over here and do me. We just gonna stay together and keep our shit right. We building a legacy. We got these kids who about to touch the same kind of bag we touching. You know what I mean? We gotta make sure we do this shit right. Like,
the only weird thing is that Jaden introduced Jada to August Alsina. That's the only weird thing. That was your son friend.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's weird.
That's a little strange.
That's weird. She fucking her son friends. That's crazy. But
I agree with you,
bro. I see because I seen a whole lot of that. Like, people trying to paint Will out to be some bitch ass nigga.
No, Will bang Margot Robbie, bro. Like, no.
Yeah, bro. Like, I don't.
That's why Focus and Suicide Squad, they had great chemistry.
Yeah, and I'm saying this, and I gotta watch how I'm talking because I'm currently in a relationship. But
Same.
I feel like most people in a relationship, they reach a point where it's like, you know, the little honeymoon phase dies down, and you reach that point where it's like, yo, this motherfucker aggravate the fuck out of me. Like, I don't give a fuck how much you love your significant other. They will aggravate the shit out of you at one point. Just for most people, it hit a point where it's like, all right, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah.
But if you reach the point where it was like, all right, our partnership just in life, not even a sexual partnership, just our life partnership works so well together
Why mess this up?
Why not? We go fill our needs elsewhere and keep the partnership
Keep
that
the
we
emotional partnership. Yeah, because it might be you may just have physical needs, but like you said, emotional life partnership is there. Why mess that up? Why mess up the business? We done already signed these legal documents. Why make it hard on our kids? Why make it a big publicity stunt? Let's keep everything in house. You go bang who you want. Our house big enough to where I could be on this side, you be on this side, and then when them people leave, we come together in the middle, eat breakfast.
Yeah, exactly. The only part where they fucked up is Jada should have never fucked a nigga like August that just go run and tell all the shit.
Because nobody knew about Margot Robbie until the blogs took a picture of, like, nobody would, and that's still not confirmed. That's just word on the Twitter streets, but I actually believe that shit happened. But August Alsina just snitching, and I know like. My people
and the nigga went on a fucking interview to do it. Like he didn't.
With
it wasn't
Angela
like,
Yee.
Yeah, it wasn't like no little shit that he accidentally slipped.
He went on the sex podcast. Like that's what he went.
That nigga is crazy. She fucked up for letting that nigga in the circle.
Yeah, August Alsina looks very corny, very goofy. The fact he using his relationship with Jada as a rollout for his album, trash.
Nuts.
Super trash. Yeah.
That album better be fire.
It's all right. You ain't listen. It's all right. It's all right. It's 26. It's too many songs, bro. He put 26 on them like he Chris Brown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm only listening to 20-something songs from Chris Brown and niggas like that. August Alsina, you getting 10 to 15 from me, and 15 is pushing it.
Yeah, I was just about to say that 15 might be too much. I don't think I could sit through 26 August Alsina.
Fuck no.
I never did fuck with him like that, even when he was hot. Because there was a point in time when he was like that nigga. But I don't think I could sit through 26.
I only gave him a shot because he was from Louisiana. Yeah. I don't really fuck with how his vocal
he a New Orleans nigga.
Yeah, he from New Orleans.
Yeah.
Super goofy.
I'm still root for him, but I can't fuck with it.
I root for everybody from Louisiana, but that's just some corny shit. Doom, the last thing I was gonna ask you is just off some fun shit, just because I saw a list of best appetizers. What's your go-to appetizer at a restaurant? If they got it, you getting it.
Calamari, bro.
Ooh, okay, easy. Real. I fuck with that,
bro. If I see that shit on the menu, I'm getting it.
You get it with the ranch dip sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with some calamari. I'm a spinach and artichoke dip kind of guy.
That's fire.
I love some good spinach and artichoke dip, but I never get buffalo wings no more, bro. That was a 15-year-old Linden thing, a young kid thing when I would eat with my parents. Buffalo wings as an appetizer is crazy to me nowadays.
Yeah. Bro, I'm not going to cap. Since we talking about that, I was at, I think it was Walk-Ons, and they had an appetizer. It was like some crawfish egg rolls, bro.
Ooh, fire. I know exactly what you're talking about. Fire. Bro. Yeah. I might go get some of them shits tonight. That's the
bro. And I was hesitant to get it, but the chick was like talking about it with some little deal going on or some shit.
Amazing.
Like, fuck it, I might as well. Those egg rolls were precious. I feel bad for niggas that never visited like South Louisiana.
Yep.
Because they missing out on some shit.
Some good food. But yeah, so you calamari, I'm spinach and artichoke dip. I also like a good popcorn shrimp if they got it.
Yeah.
Like I'm always about the good. Oh, and but being that I'm from Louisiana, actually screw popcorn shrimp. I'm going with fried crab claws. I know you know about them shit. That's my shit.
That's fire, bro.
Yeah.
I just like crab claws, period.
Same.
Hitting, bro.
No, 1,000%. Doom, tell the people they can find you on social media. Glad to have you back, my brother.
Appreciate that, man. At Lil Doom SJE. Hit me up if y'all want to argue any of my points, man. Hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Y'all
be sure to do that, and also check out Doom's music on SoundCloud. Right now, let's get into this week's world premiere song from Delta D's. It is his remix of Grease. Let's get into that right now, and after the song, we're going to jump into Bros Who Ball.
I guess it's okay.
This is on my brother, but come with me, could show you lots of things, eh? Hopefully, you focusing on me, yeah. Feel like Miles without, cause I'm game bred. Got the legs around my neck, ooh, it get the chain wet, yeah. Now you just need someone to say you special. Cause it's too many times that you been let go. Can't love no one no more, can't let them get close. Get close. How the fuck I'm supposed to love you from a distance? You was making problems, I was trying to make a difference. Yeah. Fuck 2020, let's hit fast forward. Can you do that thing, move your hips like water? Said that you was looking for commitment. Could tell by how you all up in my business. I could slide through with the quickness. Leave no witnesses, no. Little mama, tell me how long you waited. Told you when you needed, you could fall through, baby. Last man left cause you talk too crazy. She tryna persuade me. Wow, 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 got it jumping by myself. And a keyboard and a mouse, I'm like a plug that's got a scale. Any rapper that said fuck me only ever fuck they self. They don't even really come close, how they tryna compare? New shorty and she shade like a bottle. Diving in your face first, I'm gonna need goggles. Nickname 808, watch how it wobble. Watch how it wobble, watch how it Call me girl, I'm banana see you. I ain't tryna dog you out, I'm tryna keep you. Let me make up for before. Now you just need someone to say you special. Cause it's too many times that you been let go. Can't love no one no more, can't let them get close. Get close.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the pod. Want to say shout out to Delta D's. Y'all be sure when he drops his new single, Grease, y'all be sure to check that out. It was fire. He remixed the Drake Leak song. Super dope. But joining me as always, it's time for Bros Who Ball. To the bottom, Mr. Adam Shuby. And then to my, see, when I did it last time, when I did this, it pointed this way because I think it's doing my reflection. So maybe if I do this way, to my left, Justin Baptiste, hopefully it really points the right way. But how you fellas doing? I'll start off with you, Shuby. How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, it's all confusing to me because I don't see your view. I'm like, I'm over here, or you're over here, and he's over here. So, you know.
Yeah,
I'm doing all right, man.
Hopefully it'll work out.
I'm ready for sports. I think we got soccer this weekend.
Yeah, man. Hopefully it comes through, but each day as more corona cases come up in Florida, the NBA is looking bleaker and bleaker, but hopefully it happens because NBA and TNT is back like everything's coming back, so we shall see. Joining us, as always, Mr. Justin Baptiste. Justin, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I've been, staying safe, staying in, watching the TBT tournament.
Yep, wear your mask. Gotta wear your mask when you're out in public. Because
I'm about to start, so
Schubert's face that just says, I know people who aren't wearing masks.
I wear my mask.
Got to, bro.
Have to wear that mask.
And then always wash your hands after you go somewhere. Got to. I keep hand sanitizer in the car, you dig? But this is not Corona Pod. This is Bros Who Ball. Before we get into the NBA, we are doing the 2005 NBA redraft, as well as I'm going to list off the players who aren't going to the NBA bubble. Me and Adam Schubert have to talk about Patrick Mahomes. Congratulations to you, brother. You just got a 12-year, $450 million contract. Was it 450, Schubert, or 450?
It was 504.
Ooh, 504.
Yeah, 504 million.
Oh yeah,
45.
It's 503. 503 million for 10 years, but he has the two that's added on. It's going to be through 2031. Apparently, the cap his contract goes up as the cap goes up. Like in
really?
Yeah, that's what. No facts. And then like during 2021, he can get his guaranteed money from 2022. Like it's some weird shit. Like he gets money guaranteed for the year ahead, so it always makes sure he makes money. And also, I believe if another NFL quarterback makes over him, they're gonna restructure it to where he makes more than them. But this is some of the activities that he's prohibited from doing once he signed his contract. Hold on, I thought this was pretty funny. He's not allowed to play basketball anymore, like in the park. He's not allowed to play baseball anymore. He can't jet ski. He can't skydive. He can't have a motorcycle. No, nothing like that. This man is all about this money. But do you blame them? I do not, because he has the biggest contract in sports. Obviously, it's not fully guaranteed like in baseball or basketball, but he's going to make a lot of that money. I think he got 65 guaranteed.
Something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, more than that, honestly.
Yeah, it definitely more than that.
It's triple digits, whatever.
And
it is.
apparently, if he gets injured, he can get 141 million guaranteed. Like, this is the wildest contract, bro. But Pat
Who's
deserves
the contract
it.
of all contracts? So yeah, I mean, he's definitely someone who deserves it, just like Russell Wilson deserves to be right there at number 2. They kind of had the same jump starts to their career, both being Super Bowl champions like second year in. So. Yep. He's on the trajectory, but just like Russell Wilson and just like, other quarterbacks that have had, high expectations, and even quarterbacks with big contracts. The last one I remember is Michael Vick. Doesn't always mean that they're going to win championships.
True.
And it's definitely going to be hard for the Chiefs to keep up guys like Chris Jones, who they have on the franchise tag this year. Luckily, they kind of got some discounts at receiver, but, how long are you going to be able to have Hill, Kelsey, and Sammy Watkins on the same roster?
He did make it cap friendly for these first couple of years because he's not making too much money for these first 2 years. It doesn't really start till year 3 or 4. So they got time to win some championships. I think they'll win 2, at least minimum 2 during this deal. Like I'm saying, that's the floor. And I think the ceiling is, 4 plus.
I think the minimum is 1. Just because I think it's just so difficult.
All right.
What Tom Brady did is an anomaly. That's what I think what we've kind of come accustomed to seeing a quarterback win game, season after season after season. But then you have to remember there's the Joe Flacco of it all. There's the Trent Dilfers.
Let me pose a counter.
Eli Manning. There's guys who come out of nowhere.
And that's going to happen. But I will say this. Patrick Mahomes has not lost a game under 7 points since he's been playing. He's only lost 8 games total, and in the games he lost, it wasn't his fault. It was the defense, except against the Indianapolis Colts. So to only lose by 7 points in the 8 games you've lost in 2 years, and then the year before you should have been to the Super Bowl if Chris Jones makes a sack. I mean,
I'm just saying the minimum standards. Like I do think that he has the potential to win multiple championships and be like, one of the greatest there ever is.
Yeah.
And I think that's highly likely, but I still gonna hold on hold off right now because it's so early. And you got guys like Deshaun Watson who
Lamar Jackson.
Might be due a championship in his career, and same with Lamar Jackson. He might be due a couple in his career.
And then look, me and Doom were talking about this earlier in the pod, but Jameis Winston and the Saints, baby. The Saints are going to have a good team. If Jameis can get his shit together, sky's the limit.
Well, what are you talking about, for the future?
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, because, he's not going to play this year.
No, I'm talking about the future. Sean Payton, Jameis Winston, Alvin Kamara, and Michael Thomas?
I think the Saints made a really good pickup with the whole Jameis Winston thing. It's way safer of an option than doing Taysom Hill. Well, that Cam Newton was never going to work out this year anyway. I think Cam Newton ended up being in the place where he needs to be.
I agree with that as well.
But Jameis was a guy who, when you look back at his career, he actually has a lot of upside. He just was in a really flaky situation in Tampa.
Exactly.
So, give him a little bit of stability.
And a really good coach.
Sure.
Probably the second best coach in the league.
Sure. I think the fan base, especially at this point, is ready to embrace him.
Facts.
So I think that, he's got a potential to be the guy at the Saints. I'm not going to say that he's got a title coming to him or anything, because there's still a lot of team building.
Jameis was a national championship winner in Florida State. I'd rather have Jameis than Teddy Bridgewater.
No, that's fair. That's definitely fair.
Like that's where I'm at with it. But congratulations to Patrick Mahomes. You deserve it, my brother. And we should. Do you think, real quick before we get out of here, I wish Julian was here, but he's in school right now. He'll be back come football season. Does this affect Dak Prescott's contract? I saw the national media talking about this, saying Dak's gonna ask for more. That this affects Dak. Do you think it does? Because the rank.
Well, I hope it does, because I hope the Cowboys give him an absurd contract and then they get stuck. But I don't know if it will. I think at the end of the day, Dak understands that he's not
Patrick Mahomes. Yeah.
And like what Patrick Mahomes got is a complete anomaly to the rest of the, it's $10 million more than the next guy.
Yeah.
No one, if anything, you're going to start maybe trying to fill that gap. And that's why I'm thinking like over time, I don't know if I'd be a guy who'd want to sign a $10 million, but it sounds like it's a really friendly deal.
It is. It's friendly to both players. It goes
because I'd be
cap.
worried by the time he gets to 10, his 10 years that he would be not the top,
and he
top
can
player.
And apparently he can restructure it when it gets to later down the line, like 10 to 9 years. They'll restructure it, as well as I believe this is in the clause that if a quarterback gets paid more than him, he can raise it up by one. He can raise up his thing by one. He starts to get guaranteed money from, like, let's say it's 2021. He'll get the guaranteed money from 2022 to come in. And then in 2022, he'll get the guaranteed money from 2023, as well as when the cap goes up for the new TV deal, his contract goes up. So it's team friendly to the team as well as to him, because honestly, he could have got paid more. He could have been a $50 million a year guy getting damn near $600 million total. You know what I'm like?
Yeah.
He could have been getting he could have raked them over the coals, but he got as much as he got as much as he deserved, with enough to be able to sign people like Tyreek Hill, like we talked about off air, because that's coming.
One thing that I've seen going through the different shows that I actually thought was an interesting topic of conversation is like, who is worth a 10-year contract, or who is worth like the big deal? And like, to bring it back to going into NBA and to bring Justin into the conversation, like, is there an NBA guy that, besides like LeBron, maybe a younger guy that you would want to commit a 10-year deal to? I mean, obviously I think Zion is a guy that you would consider.
Luka,
but he has so much like
he's
he's
injury
so questionable.
concern. Yeah, that's my thing. I was thinking football, Deshaun, but I couldn't do it for Deshaun because of his injury concerns as well. Zion, if he shows next year that he can play healthy, maybe. But in terms of NBA, the only guys I can see right now guaranteed for 10 years, Luka and Tatum.
Yeah.
Like Morant too. He's a rookie,
Morant.
but he's showing some upside to the game.
My guys are Luka, Tatum, and Giannis.
Well, and my thing with Morant is like, I feel like at this point, if he has the same kind of career that Lonzo has, it's a successful career.
True.
And I think that they kind of have like the same kind of style coming out, even though Ja, I think, is a little bit more of a playmaker, a little bit more flashy. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Also, super, super excited. We might as well transition into basketball. Super excited that Lonzo and both Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram said that they are committed to New Orleans. They want to re-sign here. They want to play their careers here with Zion Williamson. Zion says he wants to play with them. That's great news for a big three for the Pelicans for the future. That's like having those three dudes commit, and if the three on the football side can work out with Jameis, Michael Thomas, and Alvin Kamara, New Orleans is going to be arguably the best sports town in the country.
Maybe.
Yeah. It sounds good, and they had a good season once. They were having a good season before Zion came, but once Zion came, they looked even better.
And then talking about the last 15, when Lonzo started to really, like, when he was fully healed and he was really ready gearing, Lonzo was going 28, 8, and like 20 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. Like, right. That's all-star shit from him. And then Brandon Ingram was an all-star. Zion, to me, is rookie of the year. And if he makes the Pelicans go to the playoffs, he rookie of the year. Sorry, John Morant. That's a big three. Competing with Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis for Western Conference supremacy for the next 10 years.
Yeah, also Lonzo is showing improvement. His shot's getting better. Like you said, Brandon Ingram is an all-star. And I think I think Zion is kind of, he's there as far as dominance. And Ingram is showing his dominance now. I think it's next Lonzo.
Lonzo's showing his dominance, yeah.
So I think they have a bright future.
I think Zion's going to be the go-to guy, but come fourth quarter, it's Brandon Ingram's time. Start being clutch money. He's the closer. And I think if Lonzo can be the facilitator and, like, fill in some of the gaps points-wise, but be the star on defense, kind of how Drew Holiday was in the past, it's going to be amazing. And I think I said this earlier in the pod, and I want to see if y'all agree with me. Lonzo saying he wants to re-sign makes so much sense to me because there's no other place where Lonzo can go to where his teammate will maximize his ability as much as Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram. Those are the two perfect people for his career, especially Zion, to maximize his ability. Lonzo's throwing half-court passes, full court for alley-oops, getting assists out of nowhere because Zion just hustles.
I mean, this is their time to become the next Paul and Griffin.
Yeah, and honestly better. Honestly, a better big three because they had DeAndre Jordan and J.J. Redick. To me, this is an original big three. This isn't like the Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett. This isn't like LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh. This is a legit fourth quarter closer mixed with this freak of nature athlete mixed with this amazing playmaker. It's going to be something special to see in New Orleans. But to answer your question, 10 years, Luka and Tatum. Justin, do you have any more people you'd give a 10-year deal? Oh, and Giannis.
I said Tatum. And right now, I think Ja Morant, even though it's just his first year, I could see him being a 10-year guy.
Schubert, you got anybody else?
I mean, I would consider Booker. I just wouldn't consider it for the Suns.
Okay.
Like, let's say, like, I mean, I feel like
the
Booker,
Knicks
if he was on
they're saying he might go to the Knicks.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if Booker was on a team that was a contender, he'd be a guy that we'd be talking about more. It's just that he's the only guy on his team. I guess maybe DeAndre Ayton is kind of good. But
they're saying he's looking to go to your team, brother, and I know that would make you ecstatic.
I don't know, man. I don't even know if I can even support those guys anymore, dude. They're just so trash. I mean, like, what? Do you disagree? Like,
no, I was on.
Like, even as like people, like, or as an organization, like, I can't get behind that guy.
No, I'm with you. And look, they were on the Twitter. I mean, their Instagram page was in a versus battle, which is the Swiss Beats-led competition where he picks one artist and another artist, and they play their catalog, and then the crowd picks who wins. The Knicks was in there talking about, yeah, we're in here showing support versus blah, blah, blah. And I literally commented, but y'all couldn't say anything about Black Lives Matter, but y'all are in this versus talking about Jadakiss has the most fire verse. And everybody in there were like, oh, get them, the Knicks. The Knicks are trash. Get their ass out of here. And they almost kicked them out, but the Knicks called Instagram or some shit. They were just
I think like I think that at this point people would much rather see the Bulls come back than the Knicks.
True.
I want to see more teams like get a idea of going to the Bulls. I mean, we might see AD go there. So
also it's been people were talking. I saw like a major news reporter, a media people, and it started a conversation to move the Pelicans to the East. That would be fucking amazing. Them or the Grizzlies, move one of them to the East. Hopefully, it's the Pelicans over Memphis.
Definitely, that would be great.
Well, who would you move to the West? The Bucks?
Yeah, move the Bucks to the West because they're closer to the West.
I want to see the Pelicans in the East. That'd be nice.
They would dominate.
Hey.
It would be them versus Tatum, and I take the Pelicans' chances over Tatum and Jaylen Brown versus Brandon Ingram, Lonzo, and Zion.
All I'm saying, if the Pelicans went to the East, they would probably go to the finals almost every year.
Yeah, it would be.
Honestly, I
close.
think Zion is almost as dominant as LeBron. Like he's showing that type of dominance.
Look, as long as he stays healthy and his body's in shape like that picture showed, he's going to be unstopped. That man looked like a monster. He said, I'm no longer a teen, baby. I'm 20. Let's go, kid. Let's go. Show us what's up. He said he's making the playoffs this year. Him, Lonzo, and B.I. said they're confident in the team. They think they're making the playoffs, and they feel like they have a great team for years to come. Doom was talking about how J.J. Redick on his podcast says he feels like this team could be not only good, but dominant. And J.J. Redick has been on some good teams.
Also,
JJ made Zion make him the promise to get the playoffs.
Facts.
I heard that. But also Josh Hart. He can play some ball too.
Look, Josh Hart's gonna be a glue guy for this team. Like Josh Hart might not start. He could start or he couldn't. Either way, Josh Hart's gonna be responsible to come in and knock down threes and play great defense. And that's what we need. And then don't let Jackson Hayes and Nickeil Alexander-Walker turn out to be good.
How about that? They're going to be good young stars, too.
That's what I'm saying. If they turn out to be just decent players, that's great. And then And that guy coming over from Brazil, he's talking major shit on the internet. Didi say the man coming to New Orleans. So let Didi come and start being a shooter baller. Let the Pelicans will be good, man. But let's talk real quick before the redraft. We have some players who aren't coming to Orlando, and I think this does affect certain teams. We'll talk about how this affects them once I say every player that's not coming. Taurean Prince for the Brooklyn Nets, not going. Spencer Dinwiddie for the Brooklyn Nets, not going. I don't know how Brooklyn plays.
The Nets are done.
Yeah, the Nets are fucking done. Bradley Beal for the Washington Wizards, not going. The Wizards are done. Victor Oladipo for the Pacers aren't going. That makes the Pacers' chances very, very bleak. DeAndre Jordan for the Brooklyn Nets, not going. Avery Bradley for the Lakers, not going. Davis Bertans for the Wizards, not going. Trevor Ariza for the Portland Trail Blazers is huge, not going. Willie Cauley-Stein for the Dallas Mavericks. Wilson Chandler for the Brooklyn Nets, not going. Jesus Christ. Thabo Sefolosha for Houston, not going. Zaire Smith for Philly, not going. Kyrie, of course, not going. Justice Winslow is undecided, and which I don't think he'll go for Memphis, which I think affects them. So out of all of these teams besides the Nets, because obviously it affects the Nets, I feel like this affects Portland and Indiana the most. Would y'all agree?
Yeah.
Because like having not having Trevor Ariza is kind of big for Portland since Rodney Hood's out.
Those are good ones, but mine is Zaire Smith and Avery Bradley.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Avery Bradley. Avery Bradley's huge for the Lakers.
Yeah, those are two championship teams, and I think it's hard to win a championship. And I think chemistry is the biggest thing, and just losing someone is hard. So I think probably those two are, in my opinion, the biggest.
Actually, I'm gonna take it back. I agree with you. I'm gonna add Avery Bradley, Trevor Ariza, and Victor Oladipo are the three biggest ones in my opinion. Zaire Smith, yeah, he's supposed to add shooting, but they still have Josh Richardson. They still have what's that guy? Alex Burks, but that is big. No, you're absolutely right. I look, they were talking about this on national media that Portland has a shot to, if Portland makes it, they have a shot to beat the Lakers. I'm saying if the Pelicans make it, they have a shot to beat the Lakers with Avery Bradley being gone, because Avery Bradley's huge, man. That's their shooting guard. Now they're going to be forced to play Caruso more. They're going to be forced to play Rondo more, and that's something that they do not want to do. Schubert, who do you think this affects the most?
I think I have to agree with you guys. I think it's kind of trash that the Nets and the Wizards
are just done.
Because it's just kind of a waste of those games. But
Facts.
The Pacers,
they had a shot.
They had a shot, but it makes sense because Oladipo was coming off an injury, and they really didn't have the shot.
And since the league's gonna start again in Christmas, it's like he might as well just rest up until next season, and so where they can make a real push.
Right.
Yeah, I totally understand that one.
Yeah, I'm not mad at Oladipo, and I'm not mad at Beal either because Beal was hurt too.
Yeah, well, I mean, he doesn't even want to be there, so
Exactly.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, he needs to just dip.
Yeah,
but
the rest can be good for those two players, Victor and
100%. I agree with that. Let's get to the 2005 draft redraft. Schubert's picking first. I'm picking second. Justin's picking third. We did some rock, paper, scissors before. He did not get cheated. You can chill out. All right, Schubert. This is the Chris Paul, Darren Williams, Lou Williams, Charlie Villanueva, Andrew Bynum, Danny Granger, Andrew Bogut draft. So, Schubert, with the first pick, you're picking for the Milwaukee Bucks.
No, just for the fun of it, I want to see what Milwaukee's working with.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh man, they got my boy Mo Williams at point guard. I don't know. I can't. I'm just kidding. No, you got to pick Chris Paul. I mean, he's the best player in the draft.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. There's not much we need to talk about. Chris Paul has proven that he's amazing. He's proven that his career has been long. He showed that he did amazing stuff for the Hornets back then. This is the right pick. The interesting thing is before Darren Williams kind of fell off with the Nets, I thought that Darren Williams was a better play. All right, let me not say that. I like Darren Williams more as a point guard over Chris Paul before Darren Williams fell off. Back when he was Utah Jazz, Darren Williams with Carlos Boozer. Justin, is that crazy?
No, definitely not. I mean, back in the day, Darren Williams, he was like that.
He was lights out, man. He was great. Like,
So,
I really liked Darren Williams back then.
It was those two, really, Chris Paul and Darren Williams. And then Chris Paul just kept going, and Darren Williams
It
just
fell off.
It just fell off.
No, 100%. I agree with that.
But
Well,
two good players.
no, and with that being said, with the second pick out of the Atlanta Hawks, this is right before they get Al Horford and they pick up their Florida homies. I'm going second. See, this is tough because right now they have Zaza, Josh Smith. They're, I believe, 1 year away from getting Al Horford, if I'm not mistaken. And then they get Kyle Korver. I'm going to go with Darren Williams. I'm going to draft Darren Williams second. I think he's the second best player in this draft. So, yeah, I'm going Darren Williams. And imagine if you get Al Horford, Kyle Korver, and Paul Millsap with Darren Williams instead of Carlos Boozer, they might win a championship.
That's a good one.
Yep.
Maybe.
All right, Justin, what you got third with the Utah Jazz?
I got Lou Will.
Ooh, interesting.
yeah.
Interesting.
A second-round pick in this draft.
So- Lou Will has shown that he may stand the test of time. He's Lou Will, a super baller. I'm going to ask why Lou Will over Danny Granger, because I think if Danny Granger was in a different situation and doesn't get injured, Danny Granger is this Brandon Roy type. Like, Danny Granger was Paul George before Paul George. And he was a baller.
That is very true, but I'm going off of health.
For sure. I get that.
If it wasn't health, I mean, if Danny Granger was still playing, he would probably be my next pick. But
yeah.
No, I just seen him make it to he never. I've never seen him make it to that type of level. He was getting there, but
he was
he had more room to grow.
Because if he didn't get injured, him and Paul George could have maybe beat LeBron in the Heat. Like they were like Danny Granger was.
That was a good team.
That's what I'm like. Danny Granger was a baller. If him and Brandon Roy don't get injured, those two guys become superstars. But
right.
Schubert, you're on the clock. Fourth pick, New Orleans Hornets.
All right, for the Hornets, I think that you got to go with the guy you just mentioned, Danny Granger.
Yeah. Oh, they would be so great. I would love to have Danny in New Orleans.
Yeah, I think he would have stuck around too.
But they had a horrible training staff, so hopefully he doesn't get injured because that'd be a waste of Danny Granger. All right, I'm on the clock next with the Charlotte Bobcats. Charlotte Bobcats took Raymond Felton at the time. They needed a point guard.
Legend.
Someone to initiate the
2K12
offense.
Legend, bro.
Raymond Felton.
I used to like make Lyndon, I used to actually beat him in 2K with like the Knicks of 2012.
Bro, Schubert, you talk about it at Millsaps?
Yeah, like I may have gotten at least, a few games in there with Knicks.
Maybe one. Like, you didn't be, I can count the number of times that you beat me on my hand. I beat you more times than you beat me.
It was Ray Felton, Iman Shumpert, J.R. Smith, Melo.
Literally,
yeah, we were
now,
balling.
Schubert, I'll give you this. You beat me in Madden, but I beat you more times in 2K, so that's a fact. All right, with my next draft pick, the Charlotte Bobcats need a point guard / scorer. I'm going with Monte Ellis to go to the Bobcats. I think if Lou Will, Darren Williams, Chris Paul are off the board, Monte Ellis is the next best guard. He had a lot of great years. He showed with the Believe team that he could make things happen. He is a solid player. And if Steph Curry doesn't go to that team, Monte Ellis finishes his career as Golden State, but Steph Curry came and took over his spot. So I'm going Monte Ellis to the Charlotte Bobcats to give Michael Jordan probably his best player besides Kemba Walker.
Okay. That's a good pick. That's a good pick. So I'm next with Portland, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going with CJ Miles.
Ooh, CJ Miles. Okay. Over David Lee and Marcin Gortat Bynum. You going for a solid role player.
Yeah, it looked like they needed a guard at the time because they drafted Martell Webster,
who is kind of the dude.
I mean, he was good in high school, but I mean, his pro career didn't pan out.
No, 100%. I'm not mad at that pick. All right, Schubert, you're on the clock with Toronto. Who are you going with?
I think I got to go with David Lee, man, for Toronto.
For the Knicks? I mean, for Toronto?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. David Lee had a great career. He was a solid player, and he can get
He's better than Charlie Villanueva.
Yep, and David Lee could get you 20 and 10, I think. I'm pretty sure. But his stats were kind of like empty stats. It never really conduced to winning. So,
No.
but hopefully it leads them to winning. I'm on the clock next with the New York Knicks. They took who did they take at this pick? They took Channing Frye. So they needed a center. And I believe they end up taking Nate Robinson later in this draft. So if they need
David Lee.
And David Lee. So I think I'll go with they need a center, because it's interesting. Marcin Gortat had a great career and is still playing, but Andrew Bynum gives them a lot of good years. You mix that with Melo eventually. Yeah, I'm going Andrew Bynum for the Knicks just because I think 5 years of Bynum is better than 15 years of Marcin Gortat.
It's fair.
So I'm
Some
going
juice.
I'm going with Andrew Bynum. All right, Justin, you're on the clock with the Golden State Warriors.
I'm gonna go with Channing Frye.
Ooh, nice, solid stretch shooter. Golden State gives him a solid role player. I'm not mad at that pick. Schubert, you're on the clock with the Los Angeles Lakers.
The Lakers, really.
Yep,
They were pretty good back then. They had Kobe and all that.
that was when they took Bynum.
Yeah.
And they matched Bynum with Paul Gasol, Lamar Odom, and they go in their championship later.
Dude, they had Luke Walton. What a baller.
Mm-hmm. That was that squad. Sasha Vujacic.
No. This is 2005. They weren't good this year. That year.
No, this is the year where they draft Bynum leading up to them being good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe Bogut's still on the board and nobody took Bogut yet.
No, not yet.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to take Bogut.
Bogut was solid, bro. For the Lakers, you put Bogut with Gasol. That's not bad.
I might have to. I can't really see who else would be worth it.
At least for that team.
Yeah, since they took Bynum, I'll go Bogut.
You're going Bogut. All right. Not bad at that. I'm glad you chose Bogut. That was the right pick to make at that time. Okay, I'm trying to see for me if there's any. Did Jameer Nelson go in this draft or was this the year before? I think this was the year.
I don't think he's in this draft.
No, he's not in this draft.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
This is tough because they took a forward center and Orlando was trying to get a big man to back up Dwight. So I guess at this pick, because they have a lot of guards, they have Jameer, they have Hito Turkoglu. I don't want to take a point guard because I would take Nate Robinson, but I don't think it's time for Nate. I still think it's a little too early. David Lee's off the board. CJ Miles is off the board. Actually, you know what? I'm going to add, instead of a center, I'm going to add a stretch 4 to match with Hito Turkoglu, Jameer Nelson, to give them more shooting, to add around Dwight Howard, to make them really all about the three-point shot. I'm going Ersan Ilyasova for the Orlando Magic.
I like that pick.
Yeah, that was where I was thinking of going next.
Yeah, I'm going Ersan Ilyasova. I think that's the best player available, and I think he makes the Magic really good. So, Justin, you're on the clock with the Clippers. The Clippers took somebody from Russia.
Yeah, I'm not picking him. I'm gonna go with Gerald Green.
Solid.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. Schubert's guy from Alabama.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not
He's from Texas, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking of Jared Wallace.
Yeah.
That's your guy from Bama, huh, Schubert?
Yeah, Gerald Wallace.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. All right, Schubert, you're on the clock for the Charlotte Bobcats.
Yeah, for the Bobcats, since they didn't get Ray Felton, I'm gonna get them Nate Robinson.
Solid. That adds a good point guard for them. I'm not mad at that. Okay, now it's me, and then I'm picking for the Timberwolves. Justin picks for the Nets, and then Schubert takes the last pick at 16. So for the T-Wolves at the time, the T-Wolves took a guard in Rashad McCants. They were looking for like a shooting guard, a shooting guard / point guard to get them points. Man, it's real slim pickings now. Now we're picking real slim pickings. I'm trying to see if I can muster a good pick Amir Johnson's probably one of the best players left. Jared Jack's probably one of the best players left.
You got Brendan Bass.
Yeah, Brendan Bass is a forward though.
No one picked, right?
He was from LSU.
Anyone pick Felton? Raymond Felton?
Yeah, Schubert picked. No, Raymond Felton been gone. All right, yeah, I'm going Jared Jack for the Timberwolves, the best guard available. It's really slim pickings now. All right, Justin, who you got at pick 15 for the New Jersey Nets?
I'm going with Marvin Williams.
Solid. I can't believe Marvin Williams snuck by. He's a quality shooter.
Yeah, he's decent.
Yeah.
He went early in the draft.
He did. He went a little too early.
Yeah.
He went second. Darren Williams and Chris Paul should have been first and second. Like Marvin Williams went second to Atlanta. If Atlanta would have took Chris Paul or Darren Williams, they might have won, like we said, won some championships.
In the East too.
Exactly. All right, Schubert, with the last pick, you got Toronto. Who you going with? It's super slim pickings. You could go Jan Mahimi. You could go.
I'll give them who they got already, Charlie Villanueva, because he had some time in the league.
Yeah, he did. Charlie Villanueva was a baller for some point in time. I was going to say Amir Johnson might be a better pick, though.
Yeah, that's actually probably correct. And he actually had a good career in Toronto.
And he's still playing. Yeah, you should go with Amir Johnson.
All right, I'll do Amir Johnson.
Linden helping out Schubert. But that's our redraft for this one. 2005, kind of a weak year compared to some of these others. After Chris Paul and Darren Williams, it really goes downhill. Like it goes Chris Paul, Darren Williams, Lou Will, and then just spiraling out of control. But solid draft, boys. Next week we will do another one. I'll get Justin to pick the year for that one, and then he'll get first pick, and Schubert will get second. I'll get third. So, but Justin, tell the people they can find you on social media.
Yeah, so you guys can find me on all social media platforms, Justin Baptiste 22, and also TradingLadies.com.
Yep, the draft is coming up. Be ready.
Read about some draft talk. I'll be some blog posts about certain players. Check those out.
Super solid. Schubert, tell the people they can find you on social media.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at aschubert14, and you can listen to the Bros Who Binge podcast and also listen to Run It Back on Friday.
Yes, sir. No new Bros Who Binge podcast this week. We will be back Monday reviewing Old Guard, starting book 2 of Avatar rewatch.
Doom Patrol
as well. Talking
Lots
about
of trailers.
A lot of DC fake news that Umberto cleared up. A lot of stuff we got to discuss. Bros Who Binge is going to be heavy next week, so be on the lookout for that. But like Schubert said, this Friday, we have our second episode of Run It Back featuring Schubert, myself, and Chrissa. We're reviewing the Cowboy Bebop movie, which is super, super dope for our second movie. And then be on the lookout because once Run It Back gets to its 4th episode, we're going to start bringing in other forms of movies like Westerns, action, just basically live action movies. So if you want a little flair for what that's going to be like, be sure to check out Run It Back this Friday. Also, check out the most recent episode of Anime Talk on YouTube now. It'll be out on all audio platforms by the end of the weekend. Be sure to check out I guess that's it. Yeah, and check out all the old episodes of the Bros Who Think Podcast and everything that we've put out. But I want to say thank you to all of our new fans on Twitter. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the community. Chat with Justin, chat with Schubert, chat with Brooklyn, chat with Doom, chat with any of the bros. You are family now, and we are so glad to have you. If you want to tell Justin that his basketball takes suck, if you want to tell Schubert that his movie takes are booty, come tell them. They going to respond. They will talk, and we will start a discussion. We want to have debates, conversations. If you want to recommend Justin a movie, if you want to recommend Schubert a TV show, let us know. We want to have these conversations. You are part of the family. You are now our bros. This is our community. Let's make it strong. Welcome to all the new fans on YouTube. We're more than welcome to have you, and we're super excited. Also, if you listen on audio platforms, these podcasts are on YouTube. So if you want to see our pretty faces and our reactions, you can check us out on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. And we just want to say thank you to everyone who's joined the community, and thank you to everyone who's been here. We really got some good stuff planned for you guys in the future. But until next Thursday, you guys have a good one. For Justin, for Schubert, for Doom, and myself, Be safe. Wear your mask. We'll talk to you next Thursday. Until then, peace.